There we go. So there's Hexen. A very cool title sequence. And I think I've got all this set up. Oh, one thing I am going to ask you guys, because I was toying with this off stream. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and start a new game. So this will be Cleric. As you can see here, yes. So, fighter is speed and armor. That's great. And strength, but like no magic. And apparently magic's pretty fun in this game. Mage. Whoops. Mage has the opposite situation, although they look incredible. Look at that awesome outfit. Yeah, no armor, hardly any speed or strength, but magic is dope. I think we're just gonna go with Cleric. Nice, even keeled, nice balanced. I'm a risk averse person through and through, for better or for worse. So we'll do that. We'll do should I kick it up to like 1 above mega hard level, or should I just go middle of the road? His stats are somewhat, yeah, there's no weakness, but there's no strengths as well. He's just very balanced. Yeah, some people are saying Cleric's like a good, just solid approach. Some people love fighter, some people love sorcerer or mage, but apparently it's kind of hit or miss for some folks. John Romero produced it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that like they were involved, maybe not quite as directly as others. Go easy mode. I don't know. I think I'll start with priest mode. I think you can change it up mid game if you want to. So I would like your guys' opinion on something. I was testing this off stream. This is Hexen, of course. It's a first-person shooter, first-person mage, Dungeons and Dragons kind of game here. And I was testing something off stream. What do you guys think? Do I have a full arm? Yeah, I have 1 arm, an implied arm maybe. And of course, we don't have any ranged weapons right now. I don't think. I can press the buttons, but yeah, no ranged weapons. 1 electron can make all the huge difference. Yeah, supposedly there are instances, I don't know how true this is, but there have been instances in the past of like bugs that nobody could explain, or like errors where a single bit was, you know, in some kind of bit stream was changed. But just 1 bit, you know, 1 0 was flipped to a 1, or 1 1 was flipped to a 0, and nobody could figure it out, and somebody theorized that it was because of like a solar, like a single like solar ray that somehow like corrupted a single bit. Some kind of like solar radiation that just happened to tamper with a single bit somewhere along the line. Look at the arm when you're swinging. Yeah, it's a little bit silly. That's, I think, one of the downsides, because you can see it's cut off a little bit there. I think that's one of the downsides of playing through GZDoom, because this game was not developed with 16:9 widescreen in mind. It was definitely developed with 4:3. And maybe, I don't know, maybe that's better. Maybe I should play in 4:3, but I'm kind of spoiled insofar as I kind of like the widescreen. I can hit these guys through the wall, it seems. So I'm being a cheaty son of a bitch. It's got a key there that I think I want. Yeah, certain kinds of game assets, exactly, yeah. Sunlight from Venus, that's exactly it, that's exactly it. Hey, D-Man, what's up, bud? Some Daggerfall vibes as well, yeah, I've been saying before, I do want to try out, I think that would be a good way for me to try out Daggerfall, because I've never played it. In fact, I've only played Morrowind. I've never played any other Elder Scrolls game ever, but I do want to try Daggerfall, and I think the Unity version of the game would be a nice way for me to do so. I actually kind of wonder if there's a fix for this in the settings. Display options. Like if there's some kind of like arm placement, like weapon placement option. I don't know if there is. The miscellaneous options. Layer setup maybe. Auto aim, switch on input, on pickup rather. Ooh, I can be different colors. Oh, that's cool. I want to be blue. Blue, there we go. Oh, I'm on team blue, yes. Join the red team. Gold team, black team, white team, orange team, purple team. Oh, or do I want to be purple? Purple might be kind of cool, actually. If it was a darker purple, maybe. I'll just be blue. I'm biased. Only play the Unity version. Yeah, that's one I think I would be more inclined to try out. Whoops. Oh, you can just change on the fly. I could just not even be a cleric if I didn't want to. That's kind of neat. But anyway. Full options menu. If it's not in like the basic options, it's probably not there, so we'll just deal with it. I turned down the audio, by the way. It's a little bit loud, I think. So master volume, let's take it down to like 60%. Still a little bit on the loud side. We'll check it down a little bit more. Get down to 50%, and I think what I might just do is say sounds are lower. Music actually might raise a little bit, maybe. I think that's probably good. Yeah, time for some hot, sexy beige action. That's right. The Emerald Key. Some Hades, nice. Yeah, I have a couple streamer friends who've been playing a lot of Hades lately. And I've yet to play it myself. In fact, there's a lot of Supergiant games I've been neglecting. But I think I would, based on what I've seen of it, it looks pretty sweet, and I think I would enjoy it gratuitously. Also, I appreciate the shadow effects here. I'm pretty sure that's... Ooh, look at that perspective. Oh, it kind of hurts the brain a little bit as I look up. Oh, man. This is a game where it was original Doom engine, so, like, looking up and down was not quite as smooth as it used to be, or as it is now, rather, with more, you know, with the more modern engines. Or even the later, you know, Quake-era engines, that kind of thing. So it was more of a horizontal design. You know, you really weren't expected to have to look up or down very much. But yeah, the shadows weren't in the original game. That was very much an artifact of GZDoom, the custom Doom engine, pulling the work. I just wonder if I should, like, alter the FOV. Like, I wonder if that's something I can try to make less silly. But I think that's just an artifact of how this game, how old this game is. Even with a custom engine. Scaling factor? No, that wouldn't be it. Resolution scale. Oh god, did I fuck it up? I might have fucked it up. Well, let's do custom, I suppose. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. HUD preserves aspect ratio. Yes. That's actually kind of cool. Adapt to size. Yeah, I think that's nice. I would enjoy... Yeah, I think you're right, D-Man. I think you are correct, my friend. As somebody who knows my gaming tastes quite well. Whoa. Oh, god. Wasn't expecting a fireball trap of sorts. Really enjoying all of it. Yeah, that sounds about right, honestly. That sounds about right based on what I've seen and heard. So yeah, that's just gonna be a thing. That's just gonna be a trap that happens. I have a feeling this game is gonna be more trap heavy than Heretic was. And I loved Heretic. That was such a cool game. So I have a feeling I'm gonna like this one as well, but I bet I'm gonna see some pretty stark differences. Some more buddies. Nice of him to not notice me right from the get-go. And eventually I'm gonna get more ranged weapons. Probably I'll get magic eventually as well. So I'm trying to, like, there's a pretty generous range on my mace here. Because I have, like, a better range than they do. So I'm, like, backpedaling to give myself some breathing room. As you can see, he sounded like he was about to take a swing at me because he was getting into range. Quite the noise. Is it like trying to shut on me or something? I like the stained glass windows. I like the menacing vibes. Oh, that's cool. That's me. That's me right here. Oh. Crystal vial. Ooh, secrets. Either a secret or very much intended. Also, interesting how the fighter path was the one that led to some kind of door. Maybe the implication there is that they assume players will default to the fighter just because that is the default option. I just smack the door. Smack the door because oh, here we go. Minotaur door. Switch. Cathedral and Eternal Darkness? Yeah, kinda. Similar kind of vibes. Actually, D-Man, I've been thinking a lot about Eternal Darkness. My apologies to Jim and any other regulars who've been hearing me say this a bajillion times. But, D-Man, of course, has remembered the good old days of the YouTube era. And actually, I'm still on YouTube. I've actually been making more YouTube content lately, in addition to the stream stuff. More compilations, obviously, of just stuff that I'm doing on stream. So the streams are still the primary source of content, but I'm trying to be active on multiple platforms. But anyway, so I've been thinking about the YouTube stuff a lot lately. And that Eternal Darkness video, the one that was like a compilation of a bunch of the sanity effects, just recently crossed over into the 1 million view threshold just a couple weeks ago. So to celebrate, I'm going to be doing just a casual playthrough of Eternal Darkness starting on November sometime in late November, because the day that the date of me uploading that video was November 29th, 2011. So it's like a 10-year, 1 million view anniversary of that video. We'll just do some casual Eternal Darkness for funsies. And I'm excited about it because I haven't played that game really since I recorded all 3 playthroughs for that video. And yes, I did record 3 playthroughs for that video so we could assemble all the sanity effects that were shown. So that was quite a project, and it was an enjoyable project, but an ambitious one no less. Oh, it's one of these. The door's gonna open and try to spank my booty hole. Oh, it's just oh, I see. They're just sneaky. Very sneaky. Same kind of floaty. Yeah, very much the floatiness of Doom engine, original Doom engine games. You know, call it a Doom-like, what have you. In fact, this isn't even run mode. Here's run. So here's like actually going full tilt. Default is like a walking type of deal instead, which is kind of cool. Welcome back, JD. Welcome back, my dude. The key in the cage. We did see another cage earlier. I think the key we just got, it was the emerald key that is for the door we saw on the outside. And go fast. I was actually kind of disappointed that those other little golden doors didn't open up. So that was not a hidden entrance, that was like a required entrance. Actually, did I try to just press use on any of those doors? I don't know if I did. Let's try that real quick. Because I was thinking like these were gonna open up and reveal something sexy. What if I smack it? Thump, thump, thump. What if I just try violence? Violence and or grunting. I mean, the two go hand in hand frequently in my book. So let's go back up here then. The nice thing is that, well, the one unnice thing is that we haven't found any ranged weapons ourselves, but the nice thing is that there's been no bad guys with ranged weapons, so we're all more or less on the same, you know, playing field here. Oof. It's still like, ooh, makes me a little bit dizzy whenever I look up suddenly. It's like, whoa, it's very, very, like, circus mirror effecty, kind of, sort of. That's me, in the middle. Self-portrait. Quartz flask. I think that is a, I'm guessing it's a healing potion. Also, whenever I break the glass, it looks like confetti. I don't think it is. It is a question, and the answer is yes. That is correct. Yes, we do have some things. I think that, I guess they're both healing. I guess I don't know. We have an item menu of sorts. Can I just drink one to find out what it does? Right click. Enter. E, use. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh god, it's poison. And it poisoned me. So I guess it's like you like drop it on the ground and it hurts other bad guys maybe? Because it hurt me a shit ton. It's like, yeah, why would I use this thing? This is awful. I hate this. This is revolting. What's up, Warbird? What people do with their violins, that's right. Yeah, the FOV, and I was looking to see if there's like an FOV slider, but I don't know if there is. Maybe it's under the full options menu. Like, display mode. Because, yeah, the FOV is nutty. It's a lot of options, though. Feels like an FOV slider. But this is GZDoom. For anybody curious, that's the custom Doom engine we're using. So there might not be any such options. And of course, again, this is a Doom-like. This game came out a few years after Doom 1, presumably. Best of the best. That's right. The pseudo 3D. Yeah, it was great for its time. And then the Quake engine came out and blew all of our minds. Some more food, Warbird. Hell yeah, dude. Hell to the yeah. Absolutely. Working within the limits. Yeah, GZDoom is great, but yeah, it can't pull miracles, obviously, when it comes to settings like this. I figure it's worth looking, see if there's anything that I just missed. But I have a feeling I'm probably not going to see any, like, obvious resolutions. That's okay. Yeah, like, and of course, this is the all options menu, where, yeah, the full options menu, when you get every little detail. Whereas this is more like catered to this one game specifically, so it's a little bit more concise, more narrowed down. But I'm a full-on Trekkie. Was it because I made the reference fuzzy of "this is revolting, I hate this"? We were talking about that just the other night, actually. I can't remember what it was. I think it was when we were playing with JD and Dave. We were doing some PSO, some Phantasy Star Online, and somebody made mention of the oh, hello, of the robot characters needing to feel emotions, and I was reminded of the that episode of Next Generation when Data was given the emotion chip and he was trying alcohol for the first time, or like what it was called. It was like to make him feel emotions or something similar. It's a very iconic moment. I haven't seen Next Generation in a long time, or really any Star Trek in a long time, but I loved Next Generation when I watched it. It'd really stand to watch more of it, honestly. Oh, it was in the movie. Oh, okay, I gotcha. I can't remember if it was a movie or one of the episodes, because I've never seen any of the full movies. So I would say I enjoy Star Trek, but I would stop short of calling myself a Trekkie, because of me experiencing so little of the IP of the franchise, but I do enjoy it whenever I do get to experience it. So it's like I desperately want to submerge myself more into the series. Also, we get a jump button. I don't think there was a jump button in this game originally, and that might allow us to sequence break some things. In Heretic, I can think of a few levels in particular. When we played through it, I played through it using GZDoom, just like we're doing here with Hexen, and I'm pretty sure that when we were playing Heretic, that there were a few levels where I was able to pull some bullshit that the game really wouldn't have allowed otherwise. Because of said bullshit, we were able to like get to some areas prematurely, that kind of thing. So I'm gonna try not to, you know, not to screw it up and not to sequence break too much, but there might be moments where like a little cheeky little jump can save us. Deep Space Nine, yeah, I know we've talked as well, like, about people having different opinions about different series within Star Trek, like whether it be original series or, yeah, Deep Space Nine, Next Generation. I know that Picard came out, I guess, last year, and some people loved it, some people had not loving it opinions. Understandably, you know, lots of different opinions. Also, let's test this theory. Okay, so you place it and then move, and it explodes like a grenade. I get it now. Podcast discussion. Oh, that's cool. Star Trek vs. Star Wars. I mean, they're very different series is the problem that I have. So it's like if I'm comparing them, I feel like it's a losing battle because they're so different. Oh, there we go. So I like them both a lot, but for very different reasons. They scratch different parts. They scratch different itches when it comes to consuming media and watching sci-fi, that kind of thing. Deep Space Nine. I know Dave Elgaso likes Deep Space Nine, and he's recommended several parts of the series to me specifically. Platinum helmet. Can I equip that? Or maybe it's already equipped for me. I looked up to see if there's like an inventory. Actually, is it the I button? Let's see if there's a way for me to access that real quick. Watched it all on Netflix. Nice, man. Childhood memories. Yeah, because I haven't seen anything Next Generation, or really, I haven't watched any real Star Trek media really since I was in college, so it's been about 10 years since I've watched anything, and I want to rewatch it just because whenever I see clips on YouTube or something like that, I'm reminded of how much I love Next Generation. So I'd love to get back into it, really. Just soak myself in it again. Rewatching Next Generation yourself, Dave? That's awesome, man. Deep Space Nine, yeah. Apparently Deep Space Nine is good. There's another one around that era that not as many people liked, and I'm trying to remember which one it was. But yeah, Deep Space Nine is apparently very much a fan favorite, according to many people. Might be your favorite one, yeah. Some massive war crimes. Is that Deep Space Nine, or is that the other one? Voyager, that's the other one. Voyager was the other one that, like, I know not everybody loves as much, but still has some fans and was from a similar era. Skipping a lot of episodes, though, yeah. The Ferengi episodes. More romance. Oh, interesting. More like romance subplots. That's interesting. I was not aware of that. Yeah, Voyager was more about that and time travel. Interesting. And thank you for the Hydrate Warbird. It's kind of hit or miss. They try to be like family friendly. I guess that was like kind of a point in TV history where there was more focus on that kind of thing, trying to like cast a wider net with series like that. So I don't necessarily, I'm not trying to say that they're like excused from that kind of thing, but I don't know if that was like a Star Trek only problem. I think a lot of TV series around that time were struggling with trying to with an identity crisis of what audience they wanted to shoot for, and they were just trying to, in some ways, try to get like family appropriate stuff, and then in other ways, like Fuzzy Bunny pointed out, some episodes that were maybe a little bit racier. Got some good food, Warbird. What kind of food is it again? I know you said you got some additional food. So learning speed. Yeah. Yep, I mean that's the thing too. Picard's such a fucking cool dude. I mean, he's not the cowboy that Kirk was. You know, Kirk was like, you know, he played or captained by intuition and emotion and ego, for better or for worse. Picard was always so measured and like such a admirable person, an admirable like captain, with some exceptions. But I feel like Picard was like such a good role model, and I think in some ways Next Generation kind of fucked up because they were like, man, we made such a cool captain. Our next captains can't be this same archetype. We have to induce some artificial weak or vulnerabilities to them. And how do we do that? Because we don't want just another Picard, because we already did that archetype. So they almost kind of like messed up by making Next Generation and Picard's the captain so cool and so enjoyable. Again, I haven't watched the actual Picard series, but I've heard middling things about it. Yeah, no, I love it. I love this kind of stuff, Fuzzy. I love the nerdy deep dives, man. I love this shit. Even if it's a series and or a franchise that I'm less familiar with, I still enjoy the nerdy deep dives. The cat suit, the body glove, is that what it was called? Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about, Jim. Some chicken strip sandwich, large fry. Oh my god, Warbird, I'm so jealous. I'm drinking my little green tea, and that's my stream treat for myself. Incredible. That sounds wonderful, Jim. Or Warbird, rather. The needs of the many, that's right. It is a throwback, Gobby, that's right. I'm looking to see if there's a way to access like our inventory of sorts, because we just picked up a helmet. I'm wondering if it's auto-equipped or if there's something I have to do to give it to myself otherwise. So let's check the controls real quick. Inventory. Well, I don't see an inventory unless I have to like access it to the, yeah, let's see. Like with the mouse wheel or 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm guessing putting on the helmet was more or less just a thing that happened automatically. Unless we have an armor. Oh, we have AC of 3. I see it now. Interesting. It has an armor class stat. Very Dungeons and Dragons-esque. I am super down. You were into Stargate, Lunar Waffles. I watched I think the original movie. I shouldn't say original. I watched a movie that was Stargate, and I think it was like the first entry into the Stargate series, I think. And I liked it, but I never followed up. And apparently there's been like a bunch of Stargate since. Tuvix is more valuable. Right, yeah, so yeah, the needs of the many versus how valuable. Yeah, like one of those kinds of philosophical quandaries. Alright, so that's a good opportunity, or a good example of what I was saying earlier. Where because we are playing... Did one of you guys launch that, or was that a trap that launched that? Because I was just saying how grateful I am that there's no ranged bad guys yet. Oh, we got these lads, these jumpy boys. Because yeah, I don't have a ranged weapon yet. Not yet, but soon. But yeah, so this is an instance where I wouldn't have to fight these guys, because I could just jump over across here, because we have a jump button with GZDoom, whereas the original game did not have a jump button. Because Doom was kind of technically a 2D game in some ways, and a 3D game in others. And the way that the game was very horizontally based meant that, yeah, like you would never need to aim up or down. It would auto aim for you. Like, so much of the game was considered kind of 2D, but there was obviously 3D renderings happening, so it's kind of a weird middle ground. There we go. Guys turning into dust upon dying. Anything else back here, by the way? We got a few little secret things. We pressed a button. I think that button just opened up that big door behind us. I'm guessing this is still closed. And actually, we might not even get a way to open this necessarily. Might just have to come around the other end. Let me get caught up on chat here. Wouldn't drink during shooting. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying, Fuzzy. Yeah. So I know, I don't know the character name or the actor's name, but I know exactly who you're referring to. And yeah, that sounds miserable in so many ways. And of course, I guess it was an eye-catching thing. I guess it worked because, you know, it's very noteworthy and iconic. But yeah, I can't say I blame her for getting sick of that role and or the costume associated to it. Yeah, Stargate. Yeah, Stargate looks pretty cool. And well, again, I like the one movie I watched, but I never followed up. But apparently, additional entries with like TV series, and apparently it got quite cool. Well, I mean, it started cool with the movie, and it apparently stayed very cool. But yeah, it just never got as popular, so I just never had really a chance to follow up on it, really. Like the N64 version, Gabi. That's interesting, because I actually just was reading the other day that the N64 and Saturn version of this game, I guess PlayStation, like the console ports were like critically panned. Like apparently a lot of people didn't like the console ports of this game, but the PC version, the original PC version, is still remembered pretty fondly. So it's interesting. I'd be curious to like see firsthand what like the console version is like compared to this one. Not as big of the soaps though. Liked what you saw though, JD. Yeah. Farscape. I don't think I've ever saw anything about Farscape. I never watched anything about Farscape or Battlestar Galactica. So there's a lot of sci-fi shows and series I just missed out on. Oh, Universe was a sub. Oh, okay. But then they murdered their fan base. Oh, really? That's a shame, because I feel like I only heard pretty positive things about Stargate. I feel like I never really heard a lot of bad, unsavory things. Are you a bad guy or just a cool statue? I think you're just a cool statue. Is it the same game? I actually don't know. I think it's like at least somewhat different. Obviously, the controls are different, and I think there might be like different content. I know there's an expansion in the PC version. It's called... hold up, I actually have it right here. The expansion is called Deathkings of the Dark Citadel. I don't know if that was bundled in with the PC release. Or, I'm sorry, with the console release. But I know the controls, according to some, were not as well received. For obvious reasons, of course. You know, single analog versus mouse and keyboard. But I know that was a big one for a lot of people. Oh my, one of these kinds of things. There we go. The run button makes that short work. Farscape movie had plans set in place. At least that's pretty nice. But they didn't have. But it ended prematurely, so they didn't do like the last season. That's probably the place to go next. See, I could see it being an issue. So it's almost like the same fate that happened to a degree, at least, with Firefly, where like yeah, it started off so good and everyone liked it, but they just never got a chance to finish it the way they wanted it to. It's a shame about Farscape. For the character, it makes sense, but for the actress, it made her miserable. Yeah, I can't say I blame her, honestly. She was hired to be the Barbie of the cast, yeah. I mean, she's a very attractive lady, but yeah, I can't say I blame her for, like, not having the fondest of memories with that character and with that role. It's pretty cool, actually. I don't know what that accomplished, other than making me feel good. Is there full damage? Let's find out. Yes, lots of it, actually. Controls were jank, graphics were dumbed down. Yeah, exactly. There were obvious concessions made, but that's to be expected to a degree. Yeah, the question if the levels were different. I know in some cases, like Power Slave's a good example. Power Slave on the PlayStation and PC, I think, were incredibly different than Power Slave on the... Oh, here we go. Than on the Saturn. Oddly enough, the Saturn version's like the definitive version of Power Slave, even though the Sega Saturn, to be clear, is kind of looked down upon by a lot of the gaming masses as being, you know, a failed console. It had some very good games. The Doom port on Saturn was a fucking hot mess, but yeah, it did have some really good versions of things, and yeah, that version of Power Slave, in addition to being like technically superior, also had like just it was just a different game. It was still a first-person shooter, but it had like power-ups you could get that would like, you would like beat a level, you would get a new ability, and that new ability would unlock new areas, that kind of thing. So it was almost like a Metroidvania in some ways. Whereas the PC and PlayStation versions of Power Slave were like just more standard, like vanilla Doom, Doom clone, not Doom clone, but like Doom-like. It was far inferior. So the Power Slave you can buy on good old games is just not really worth it for a lot of people because it's just not as good of a game. I think the Saturn version is getting a re-release though, courtesy of Night Dive Studios, I think. So I think we'll eventually have like a newer way of playing like, you know, what's considered the definitive version of Power Slave. But it's taken a long time to get there. So I see this mist in the middle, very ominous and spooky. Hello, Five Finger, good to see you, friend. What's up, Derek? Also, yeah, sorry, I was falling behind the chat a little bit there. 5 seasons written, but oh, they got canceled after 4. Man, what a tease. That's really a shame. Look at this 90s AF aesthetic, man. I love this shit. I love this kind of old-timey, old-school stuff, dude. Yeah, that's just the entrance back to the beginning. Is that the end of the level? Maybe? We got an autosave there. Ooh, voiceovers. What the hell? No. Voiceovers and everything. Holy shit. Star Trek Discovery. I've heard like a lot of Star Trek faithful either feel like it's so-so or they don't like it. I don't know a lot of people that like it, but a lot of just like, we tolerate it, like it's just okay. Hold up, I want to get caught up on chat here. I fell behind a little bit there. Tried my best to just not disturb. Yeah, not to rock the boat. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, I feel bad for her because yeah, I think I've read, if it's who I'm thinking it is, Fuzzy, I've like read some interviews or facts about her, and with the filming of that show that yeah, like did not leave a very positive impression upon her. And just like, you know, the convention kind of stuff, like meeting fans, like the way that people kind of like dismissed her, like you were saying, as being like the Barbie of the series, despite being a legit good actress and like having more to offer that the show was able to use. So it's just kind of a wasted opportunity, honestly, in a lot of ways. It's really a shame. It's better than the second season. That's good. She's a good actress, and oh, I didn't realize she was a singer. That's cool, or is a singer rather. Are you ready to die? Yeah, that's cool, Gabi. That's cool that you remember a lot of the stuff about this game. It's my first time ever playing this game, and I'm liking it a lot so far. After Roddenberry's death, yeah. Hey, what's up, Jimmy? Thank you for that raid, my man. How you doing, bud? Thank you very much. Well, let's see what Jimmy was up to. Let me do a quick shout out for our buddy. Thank you, Mr. Jim. Jimmy the Rabbit. There he is, the man, the myth, the rabbit himself. Thank you very much, my friend. But it's because of like legal kind of questions there, Lunar Waffles. That's interesting. I didn't realize there was like a legal distinction at that point. It's been all over the place. I've heard surprisingly good things about Lower Decks. Or Upper Decks? Lower Decks. Apparently Lower Decks is like really good, and I dismissed it when I first saw it because I was like, oh, it's Star Trek Family Guy, how lame. But apparently like the stories are good, like there's like interesting lessons and like new kinds of stories being told. I haven't watched a single second of it, but I just saw some people talking about it on Twitter, and the thread was like all people saying, I thought it was garbage at first, but I watched one episode and I loved it. So apparently it's great, but yeah, it shocked the hell out of me because when I saw it was announced, I was like, oh my fucking god, really? But yeah, apparently it's really good though, allegedly. Anyway, thank you, Jimmy, for that raid. I see you were doing some Secret World Legends. Excellent. I'm actually going back, Jimmy. I've been going back, and in addition to posting clips that you saw on Twitter and social media, I've also been going back and uploading some of the older VODs from when I played through Secret World Legends. With your help, I'm putting some of those VODs on YouTube, on my archives channel. In fact, for anybody curious, here's my socials link. I'm gonna do a quick little self-plug. Really quick, if you wanted a link to my archives channel on YouTube or my other social media things, they're all there. So I'm reliving some of those memories, going through some of those older videos. They're very light. I'm not really doing a lot of editing to those videos. I'm pretty much just uploading full segments, but it is still fun reminiscing on that playthrough because it was a lot of fun, and it was thanks to Jimmy that playthrough was a lot of fun. He made it very smooth with his assistance, as well as people like Sonny and Poland. Lots of very nice people in that community of gamers and such. Very talented, yeah. That's awesome. She did get to shine a few times. Sounds like, yeah, sounds like she could have had even more opportunity to flex, which is, you know, like I said, it's nice that she did get a decent amount of spotlight, but it sounds like, yeah, she was kind of underutilized in a lot of ways. Which is a shame. But again, I can't really like hold it against, you know, the Star Trek stuff specifically, because I think that was more of a problem of just media and Western, it just, you know, and just culture in general from like, I guess the mid 90s in a way. Like it's better, and it was better than it had been, but still. Oops, I'm getting cornered here. Yeah, just the notion of that being more emblematic than anything. 5 miles on the treadmill. Oh, so you're playing while on the treadmill. That's cool, Jimmy. Yeah, because for those who don't know, Jimmy, of course, is a Secret World Legends expert. He guided me through a lot of the playthrough that I did last year, which was a lot of fun. And also, he in addition to playing Secret World Legends and other games, he does his streams with unique input methods. He played through Secret World Legends and I think another game or two while using an actual guitar as an input controller. Like, which with a similar setup that Lobos uses with his streams. So guitar input setup. And now he's playing on a treadmill while on a treadmill, which is wild. I know you also did the playthrough of Secret World Legends where you did offhand only without a primary on-hand or just primary hand weapon, which meant that I think your damage output was halved, I think, or something like that. So just these crazy challenge playthroughs, which are incredible, but very, well, challenging, as the word challenge would entail. Also, large mantis demon, what the hell? I see he does not have range. Oh, I lied, he does have range. Okay, so I just gotta be careful then. Because I don't have range myself. Although I have these things. Fuck you. Yeah, that fucked him up. So these things explode his butthole. Just the way I like it. She sings in a few episodes. She doesn't consider herself a singer, but she's clearly very good. Also, when did this happen? Awesome. How much ammo do I have? 20 shots. Okay, so not a whole lot. Is it just me or their heads enormous? My first ranged weapon. So fancy. Presumably I'll be able to find more ammo for this eventually. There might be an alternate fire for this weapon as well. I see there's like a little green icon as well for magic. Oh no, it's just two different kinds of magic. I get it now. I get it now. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Lower Decks is a comedy. Yeah, like I've heard it's like obviously more of an animated comedy kind of thing. But apparently some people are saying it's like they're considering it legit Star Trek, because like a legit Star Trek series, because it like carries its episodes in a similar manner as you would expect, like, you know, a legit Star Trek series to do, with not just, you know, pee pee poo poo haha funny like I thought it was, and more like actual morals to the story, and more nuanced takes on complicated subjects, more, you know, cerebral like Star Trek usually is. Which, again, shocked the hell out of me, because when I first saw Lower Decks announced, I was like, I just kind of dismissed it like a lot of us did, honestly. But yeah, apparently it's pretty good, though. But again, this is just hearsay, or I'm just parroting what I've heard other people say, because I haven't watched it myself. But thank you again to Jimmy for that raid. Sorry, I'm getting caught up on chat. I fell way behind. Orville's good. I've heard Orville's good. I've heard Orville's super good, and another one where people initially thought it was going to be garbage, but apparently it's pretty dope, based on what I've heard. What are some other things, Jimmy, if you're still listening in, what are some other things you plan on streaming soon? Because I haven't had a chance to check out your stream in a minute. Most of the cast would make it through the academy. Well, I guess it's like, I don't doubt that. I'm sure it's like, when you're comparing it to the older series, it's, yeah, certain parts of it would probably come up short. But, and again, I can't really, like, offer much, since I've never seen more than the trailer, like the announcement trailer for the series. But just the fact that so many people apparently, like, adore it after assuming that it was going to be garbage gives me hope. They didn't want him making Trek. Yeah, because he's clearly like a legit Trekkie. Like, he really has the love for the series. That's pretty much what it would have been. Is Seth MacFarlane involved in Lower Decks as well? Because I know he made Orville. Or makes Orville. It's really good, though. Interesting. Yeah, they're gas grenades. Yeah, that's exactly what they are. They're gas grenades, yeah. More or less. Put their own style aside, make their product. Yeah, that's legit too. That's legit too. Yeah, just blue mana and green mana. So instead of like specific ammo pools, it's more of an overall mana pool, blue and green. Interesting. Galaxy Quest is the best Trek movie. I do love Galaxy Quest, but it's like, I mean, it's obviously not legit Star Trek. It's Star Trek adjacent because it's making fun or making fun of and or celebrating a lot of the sci-fi tropes we all know and love. But yeah, it's like there are Star Trek isms, I suppose. Level's hard to navigate. Yeah, that's the one downside I've heard about this game, is that it's awesome, but apparently like there's a lot of super well hidden switches and things that make the levels harder to navigate compared to Heretic and Doom. And I loved Heretic, but I'm kind of bracing myself for some expected bullshit with the way that things are laid out. So I'm you know, going in with an open mind, obviously, and I'm enjoying it a lot so far, but I'm bracing myself for some nonsense. It's a low bar for the movies. I mean, I've heard, again, as somebody who's against his will has been very underexposed to Star Trek. Like, I want to watch more of the movies and the TV series for that matter. But from what I've heard, it's very hit or miss. Some movies are incredible, some movies are like very skippable. And that's like with the older movies. I don't even know what with the newer ones. I think I saw the 2009 Star Trek movie, but I never saw any of the follow-ups. I know there was at least one, maybe two follow-ups that were just kind of so-so according to many. But I like the 2009 one, so you know, I enjoyed it. Solid movie overall in my very easy to please book. Hear noises, by the way. Some of them are low. Yeah, some of them are low bars. Yeah, exactly. Like, just it's very much a mixed bag. Some Doom Eternal, nice. Doom Eternal on the treadmill. That's awesome. 20-pound weight vest. That's incredible, Jimmy. I'm very impressed, man. That sounds cool as hell. Treadmill last month, very nice. 108 miles. That's awesome, man. Do you have like a goal you're striving for, or you're just wanting just some more personal fitness kind of things? Because that's a great way to do it, honestly. This is spooky. Oh my, very loud. Build Trek stories for Galaxy Quest, really? You know what? I did hear about that. That yeah, some of the interactions were legit. And isn't there that iconic moment when he's like, "Get a life," when he like said that to like in a convention to a room full of Trekkies? He was like, "Just get a life, you nerds," or something like that. And that like became an iconic Shatner moment. I'm gonna hold off on going down there because I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to go down there yet. I think the crouch button might be, that GZDoom offers might be breaking some things. So we'll come back there in a second. I think the red portals are the end of each level. So we'll come back in a second. After I've explorificated. Oh, never mind. We can just jump down this way. I still want to explore because I don't want to go to the end just yet necessarily. That's awesome though, Jimmy. I'm so impressed. And is it like with the treadmill, is that just like for funsies, or are you like, is it like the game or like your computer? Like, I'm trying to think like if the treadmill is like powering something, if there's some kind of mechanism that you're using where like you have to be on the treadmill, or if you're just choosing to do so again just for funsies or for personal fitness reasons. Also, the floor is all ice, like that episode of Tom and Jerry. Convention bathroom where fans were saying how much his castmates hate him. Interesting. I mean, let's be honest. Yes, I'm sure there were and or still are instances of his castmates hating his guts. I mean, his ego, apparently there was a time when his ego was legendary. I think he's like a lot more chill nowadays. Like, you know, we all mellow out as we get into our older years, so I'm sure he's much easier to work with now. But I mean, yeah, apparently he was a fucking nightmare back in the day. Even numbered ones are good. Even the best ones are so really, because I've heard some people say like some of their favorite movies ever are like some of the Star Trek movies. An interview about how she managed to oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did hear about that, Fuzzy. That's like an actual interview. And there's like a moment where the Jerry Ryan fill-in, more not fill-in, but like that archetype character is like frustrated with like how nobody takes her seriously, and that's like all people ever care about is like wanting to talk about her appearance or talk about her sexy outfits in the show. First Contact, yeah. Just doubling up, man. That's awesome, dude. And then, yeah, it's like I'm sitting here, I'm playing games. I might as well try to fit in, wink, wink, some fitness. It's like I might as well, I'm playing games, I'm chilling. I might as well see if I can double up. That's respectable. That's right, yeah. It's like, I think it's like more, the Get a Life moment was more, has taken on a life of its own now of being a, see if I can get up there in some way. Taken on a life of its own as being more self-aware now. But I'm sure when it happened, it was him at like that. It was Shatner at the height of his Shatnerisms. But I think nowadays it's more tongue-in-cheek and more self-aware. Because again, I think we've all kind of mellowed out since then. I know he certainly has. That's encouraging. I'm gonna go and take the red teleport. Maybe that's not the end of the level. Maybe it'll instead warp me up to the top of that platform, maybe. Yeah, he was on the skid as well, yeah. There we go. Not the best human in the planet. Is there like bad things that Shatner's known for? Because my favorite Shatner fact is that he was born on March 22nd on a year, and I was born on March 22nd on a different year, of course, but we are birthday buddies. So that's why I like to think favorably of Shatner, because I like to think as a birthday buddy that he. All right, so this is the thing. I don't think I should be able to get here early, but I guess I'm gonna do it. Amulet of warding. Oh, they're whooping in. Whoa, boy. Oh, jeez. Oh god. Oh, jeez. Oh god. Oh fuck. Fire this really quickly, doesn't it? My goodness, that's pretty good. And it's got like the little dual blasties. That's pretty sweet. Pretty solid weapon overall, I would say. Take keeps poking the bear. I mean, yeah, there was like the Comedy Central roast. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. So such a fun moment. But yeah, I just get the impression it's like pretty much water under the bridge at this point. He's not the best, but not the worst. Mellows people out. Yeah, exactly. It mellows people out. Or it can make them, well, it can make them polarizing, it's true, yeah. But it seems like in his case, it's more the former. Unless it's a public act. Maybe he is actually a huge asshole, I don't know. But it seems like he's kind of chilled out. One of my friends works for a place not too far from where I live. I live in St. Louis, and one of my friends works for a place called the Cahokia Mounds in Cahokia, Illinois. And apparently William Shatner, of course, is producing, you know, a number of series and content, that kind of thing. And one of the shows he's producing is some kind of like alien, like actual space alien documentary, well, drama documentary series. You know, think History Channel level of documentary. Anyway, it does like a series that kind of looks into supposed alien sightings, that kind of thing. And the Cahokia Mounds in Illinois have a number of like supposed paranormal alien associations, space alien associations. Whoa. And you know what? I'm actually, before I go this route, I want to go back to see if there's something else I might have missed in this little area here. Let's see, I think this is where you're supposed to go. Don't worry about sequence breaking like a goober. So we'll come back there in a second. Path is barred. But anyway, yeah, so William Shatner manages this series, or produces this series, and one of the production assistants contacted this place where my friend works, and he was all excited because it's like, oh cool, they're gonna be recording some kind of episode featuring the Cahokia Mounds, and it was all exciting. But then at the end of it, it's like, okay, well, they are doing an episode and they're featuring the Cahokia Mounds, but the Shat himself will not be like in person for this episode, or at least not for the recording of it. So I think they did do whatever filming they needed to do, and it's actually pretty brief, whatever they needed, just like some on-site shots and on-site footage. But yeah, he was like, oh, didn't he actually get to meet the Shat himself, man? He didn't get to Shat himself. Unfortunate. Tried to skip Leonard Nimoy's funeral? Really? That's pretty shitty. Although, you know, I guess the one thing I will say about that is that, like, I think a similar thing happened with David Spade with Chris Farley's funeral. It's a different setting there because Chris Farley passed away so young, and David Spade, like, according to him in interviews, like, he didn't attend his funeral because, like, he didn't know how to accept it. Also, nice sword arrow pointing there. He like didn't know how to accept it and like resolve the fact that it was like, you know, one of his best friends just passed away. So like he just didn't know how to grieve his death. So whereas Leonard Nimoy was much older, obviously. So like I don't know if it's quite the same kind of thing there, but like because of that like David Spade thing I read about, it's like I'm not quite as quick to judge necessarily about somebody skipping out on a funeral, but it still doesn't reflect very, very well. Because like I said, like this is one that was less of a shock, I think. I think Leonard Nimoy had been sick for a while, I think. I could be wrong, but I think it was like not a surprise to those that were close to him. Just a very loaded guy, yeah. Yeah, I mean loaded because he's super wealthy, but also like loaded in like maybe problematic to work with in other ways. Just very much with the ego, yeah, very much the ego, absolutely. Yeah, it shoots green, but it uses blue juice, the blue ammo. But not the actors. Yeah, I don't know how close the actors actually were. I think they respected each other. Like, I don't think there's any question about that. But yeah, I don't know, like, how close they really were off camera. One thing I do like is that one... It's probably weird talking about this or saying this way. But there was a... Oh my. New lads, oh my. There was a commercial... It was some... I don't know if it was BMW or something, but there was a commercial... Uh-oh, am I dead? Oh, it's like raising and lowering. Okay. There was a commercial featuring Leonard Nimoy and I can't remember the gentleman's name, but the current Spock actor having some kind of contest about like who can get to the golf course first, that kind of thing. It was like a fun, tongue-in-cheek kind of like goofy commercial they did together. And like one of them, I think Leonard Nimoy's character does the Vulcan neck pinch move at the end of it. So it's like just a very nerdy and like fun and lighthearted commercial. It's kind of silly. I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick save here because I'm worried if I fall down, I'm gonna die. Oh, can I not save? Uh-oh. Options. Game file. Oh, here we go. Game files. I got scared. New game. Or new save, rather. Super Hobbit. That's me. That's my name. Shatner Quake. Called Shatner Quake. Makes him look like a huge asshole. And endorsed by Shatner? Really? Oh, but it's tongue-in-cheek. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, what the hell? They had documentaries. They did, yeah. History Channel, like, did history stuff. That's death. Okay. Now I know. Yeah, History Channel used to do history stuff. Not so much nowadays. Zachary, yeah, Quinto, that's the guy. Or Quinto, maybe. Probably was more shocking. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Nimoy had been sick for a while. I don't know if it was, like super public knowledge, but I think those that were close to him had known for a while that he was having some issues for sure. The Mercedes, I think it was something like that. It was just a very fun, like, I know it's kind of weird, like, oh, talking about commercials is a good thing, advertisements and whatnot, but it's like if I have to watch an advertisement, it might as well be kind of fun and nerdy. So I thought that was well done and made by people that seemed like they actually liked Star Trek and wanted to do something fun with these two actors, and they seemed like they were having fun with it too. So maybe that's me being too optimistic, but I like to think that, you know, there can be positive things with such sometimes unpositive things as advertising. I try to not be too cynical. Try is the operative term. I don't always succeed. Futurama, yeah, Futurama has all kinds of like great sci-fi poking fun at moments, and of course it straight up has at least one big Star Trek centered episode where they get to like interact with the cast, and there's all these in-jokes and all these references with that one brain lad, I think, right? Like the giant brain dude who's like the mega nerd, and he has to out-nerd Fry. It's very silly. Let's see if there's anything else. And again, I'm trying to be mindful of the fact that I probably don't have to jump, usually. I can probably just go fast. Here we go. Oh, I already pressed that, apparently. But I feel more comfortable when I'm doing the jumpies, because I was raised on first-person shooters, and video games in general, where jumping was a big thing. Whoa! Then I fall down. It was fairly public? Oh, okay, but just not public how sick he was. Gotcha. Just have to do it this way. So what did we do? We jumped here. Oh, okay. Dang it. That's a really tricky jump. The weird perspective isn't doing me any favors, and the slippery physics. Oh, that's where we came from. Okay, never mind. Because we need that key. Oop. Yeah, if nothing else, just holding the run button also works pretty well, too. Let's go this way, then. Oop, there we go. Written without his knowledge, and he pled with him not to sue him. I wonder if he would have sued him otherwise. Like, I wonder if he would have been like, yeah, fuck this kid, or this dude. Or if he would have taken it in stride. It's like, back in the day, Shatner was an egomaniac, but like, I guess it depends on how old that book is, and if they just came to an agreement, a gentleman's understanding. Now, have I found any other weapons that I'm not aware of? I have not. Not yet, at least. It's got the eyeball. Maybe that's Soul Edge. We were just playing Soul Calibur last time. The eyeball, although it's not blinking. Oh, we've got everything else, I think. I did get the key, right? Yes, I did. I didn't just walk by it, as I've been known to do in games like this. Oh. Look at that little opening right there. Unless that's just where that little piece at the end was. Oh, never mind. There's just nothing. Should save again so I don't fall down and get sad all over again. Just so, oh, there we go. This one is blinking because Soul Edge blinks, or at least some of them do. Some of them do in game, like we would watch it happen. I don't know if Nightmares does, but I think another characters we watched it blink in front of us, and I was like, oh. I think it was Soul Edge Complete for Nightmare. It was the one that blinked at us. Cause yeah, this one is just kind of cool. There's that one up top. I bet we have to like find a scarab or a skull maybe that fits in that space. Like the very obvious arrows. Hearing questionable noises. Can I light the torches? I cannot. Oh, now what do these do actually? I'm kind of curious. I don't know. It's not like a usable item. Maybe it increases our armor class? Our armor class is 6 now, which is pretty sweet. And now we got the arrows pointing this way now. Oh. Oh, shit! I got squished. That's like the... one of the stock death noise you'll hear in movies and video games. Movies and TV shows and video games. Not quite Wilhelm scream levels, but pretty similar. Yeah, so we go from 4 to 6 AC, so I guess I'm wearing multiple amulets then. Amulets of warding. In Dungeons and Dragons rules, you're only allowed to wear one of those things. I mean, you can have a strong neck, but you are forbidden from wearing more than one amulet or more than 2 rings, even though you have 10 fingers. I always thought that was kind of silly. So we have to do something with this panel right here, I think. But bad guys are about to spawn in. Whoa. Teleported me back, apparently. Now, hold up. What if I go back, actually? Because there was the one little secret area I didn't get to. That I wanted to get to. Interesting that was a teleport because it didn't even look like a teleport. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it was back this way. Yeah, if I press this guy... Oh, that's what opens this up. Oh, I see. Some more of these lads. Ooh, some armor. Curious of some variety. How curious. 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 It's icy boys. I'm a little bit nervous about it. There we go. There's a good angle. There we go. Yeah, the ranged lads I think are more scary for now, at least. Something spawned by me? Okay, no, we're good. Imagine playing a game like this and not hugging and or humping every single wall. I'm trying to not do it too much because I know it's probably annoying to have you guys watch and hear me just press use on every wall, just like hearing that over and over again. But for like the really obvious and or suspicious looking walls, I will expect. Whoa! Is that a bad guy or just a trap? I think it's just a trap. Also, looks like we went down on our armor class by 1. It was 6, now it's 5. Maybe as we take damage, we like lose armor. Wonder if I'll be able to get back easily. Oops. There's a torch. Mystic urn. Oh, it's an urn, not armor. Oh, they're platforms. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, game. Give me some platforms so I don't get fucking bodied. Although I bet that's for the base game when there wasn't a jump button. I bet that was so you could just sprint down. Although, that being said, how would you even make that jump? I guess you would have had to do something, I suppose. Anyway, Mystic Urn, so that is something we do have that we can use. I don't know what it does. I know what the torch does, though. It'll let us see in the darkness. I think it's like a single use, though, so having it equipped doesn't do us any good, I don't think. There's, of course, an area below us with some things and some bad guys. Whoop. So there's a switch there. What else is there? There's a few other things. We came from this direction. More monsters. We keep wanting to reach for the F key. Not to pay respects, but to use like a flashlight or a torch to light my path. It's so dark and scary. Actually, for that matter, I should probably have the green alchemy explosion grenade flasks equipped for when I'm fighting something big and scary that's chasing me. So it worked really well against those mantis lads. Oh. Alright, well, several things have opened up, allegedly. Oh. What could this lead to? I'm guessing one of these is going to open up something below. So we can... Oh, there we go. So we can get to the lower paths where there were monsters and such. Because if I were to just jump down, I think the fall damage might kill me. It would at least be substantial. What about this? Save myself some ammo. Well, maybe not too much ammo, but a little bit. Shit's very effective. Look at us being economical with our grenade usage. I like the noise that they're making, like, oh fuck! Oh god, oh fuck. The MMO game, yeah. I've heard that's pretty cool. Passionate Ambassador Spock Memorial. That's pretty nice. Yeah, I've heard. I have a couple friends who used to play that game. I don't really know anybody that plays it nowadays, but yeah, apparently it was like really cool for a while there. I think it might have gone free to play, so I don't know like what the quality is now. But when it first launched, I had a couple friends who were pretty into it. Thank you for the hydrate, Mr. Warbird. Yes, sir. Right, so I don't know what that really accomplished. We like opened up. Oh, here we go. Can we press this? Oh, that was already been pressed. I don't know, like, if this unlocked something new, perhaps? It's a flechette. Interesting. Flechette potion, I guess. Just go back then. Maybe there's something else that has opened up that I was not aware of. Still all that down there. That's all the same, I think. Yep, looks the same to me. Yo, what? It's good to see you, Iowan. Good to see you, bud. Whoa, shit. Right, this thing. It's a lot of damage, too. Oh, there's two of them. I think that's some bullshit. Truck onliners are pretty cool. So they do exist. They are out there. So yeah, like I said, I don't know of a ton that play it nowadays. And in fact, I think Fuzzy might be the only one that I know of that still plays it, but that's cool. Glad you're enjoying it still. I'm just gonna assume that opened up something in the main areas. Now that we kind of went through that whole sequence and like pressed a bunch of switches. We pressed a bunch of switches, but we didn't get stitches. Good means for free players to get premium currency. That's good. So it's not like super pay to win. That's kind of nice. Lots of extra Odo offices, rather. What is an Odo office? To pay your respects. It is Iwan, yeah. That's right. Yeah, the sequel to Heretic, which I loved. I really enjoyed playing through that. And I've mentioned this before. It might be sacrilegious to say, but I liked Heretic more, in some ways, more than Doom 1 and 2 for that matter. It's not like entirely universal, but yeah, there were a lot of things that I loved about Heretic that Doom did not have. I don't know if this will have the same effect on me, Hexen that is, but I am still enjoying it so far. Even if I have heard that the level design gets very labyrinthine at times. The later levels. I know Gabi was saying even this level gets a little bit spicy sometimes. So that's still usified. And of course, that teleports us back to the main area from earlier. Yeah, this has not been lowered yet, so that's still the question. Unless we can do this. Still nothing there. Yo, Train, what's up, dude? Master Train, good to see you, bud. We're playing some Hexen. This is my first time ever embarking on playing this game, and I'm liking it so far, although I'm already finding myself slightly, I'm not going to say stumped, but looking for the next path forward. Let's warp back this way. Oop, there we go. And see if there's maybe a new thing that has opened up. We, of course, have a torch, which would help navigating these darker paths. That'll take us back to that main area, unless there's something else down here, maybe? Any hidden switches? I know one thing I've heard people say about this game in particular is that there's very well hidden and sneaky switches. Like, you know, you'll pass by a column, like a room with like 12 columns, and the 4th column on the left just so happens to have a switch you have to press in order to proceed. Like, those kinds of things are usually reserved for, oh, this is like unlocking a secret or something. But apparently, allegedly, in this game, there are times where it screws you over by, like, hiding those kinds of very necessary things in very well-hidden spots. We'll see. We'll see if it's really as bad as I've heard. You can already see there's a new enemy type, actually. What's this lad? You're actually playing some Star Trek Online right now, Fuzzy? Nice, bud. Oh, that's cool. The shield actually reflects. Ouch. Oh, and they hurt. Or unless maybe that was just that guy being a freaking meanie. There we go. We popped him. But yeah, I think our bullets might hurt us. It's tricky because, like, around the same time I took damage is when that guy was in melee range. So maybe it was just unfortunate timing. So that's where we just came from. Let's explore this room now. Second best way of free players. Second only to Warframe. Yeah, I love Warframe. I haven't played it in probably about 4 or 5 years, but I really loved my time with it. I stopped playing right around the time of the first open world mode that they added. Like, there was like the space flight mode was added, but like the open world, like outdoor area with like fishing and whatnot. I stopped right before that was announced, and I remember thinking, this looks awesome. I need to come back for this, and I never got around to it. So yeah, Warframe's awesome, and you're right, it does a pretty good job. I think at least a pretty fair job of offering like premium things for paying people and like things that are worth paying for, but still not like locking things behind monetary barriers for people that, you know, are just sticking with the free gameplay styles. Like the cooldowns are just a matter of time as opposed to like having to spend money on. I think when the game first launched, it was a little bit more egregious about that kind of thing. I feel like it was more aggressive about like certain things being locked behind, or maybe not locked behind paid people, but or paid premium currency types of situations. But like certain drops from certain bosses were so impossibly rare unless you had like the turbocharged premium stuff. It was pretty. It was like it wasn't a wall per se. Ouch, yeah, that does hurt. It wasn't a paywall per se, but it definitely was like a hard to traverse. It wasn't a wall, but it definitely was a high fence with some barbed wire that was hard to scale. I like the lighting effect, by the way. That looks really cool. Yeah, burst fires for these guys. Small bursts. Or just smack the shit out of them. There we go. And he pops like a flesh balloon. The other ones are all horrible, yeah. Duke Nukem's really solid. Yeah, I've actually never played a single Duke Nukem game. And I've heard that Duke 3D is like still worth playing. I know a lot of us have correctly pointed out that Duke the character isn't really quite as relevant nowadays because, like, you know, you have other FPS genres now. So like a character that like lampoons other FPS tropes isn't quite as topical nowadays, but it's still fun. Like Duke is still good. Duke 3D at least. Like just a good game on its own without the lampoon parody shenanigans. So yeah, I've heard that Duke 3D like still holds up really well, and I want to play that for sure. I also know, I think I have the first couple of Duke games on Steam that were just like DOS platformer games. I'd be curious to try those out too, just to see what they're like. So I've never even seen gameplay from those games, so I have no idea what the like original shit was like. But just a good history lesson if nothing else. Never heard of it, Master Dwayne? No, it's okay. It's the sequel to Heretic, which we played 2 years ago. And I loved it. I loved Heretic. I think you probably might have heard me say earlier, I liked Heretic in some ways more than Doom, or at least certain aspects of the game I liked more than Doom 1 and 2. Uses the same engine, obviously. What does that do? So I'll find out. Hearing more bad guys spawn in somewhere. But yes, the sequel to Heretic, same kind of more, instead of like guns and well, still demons, but instead of guns and grenades and rocket launchers, it's more swords and magic and Dungeons and Dragons. So very different kind of vibe, but same general gameplay style. Let me get caught up here. Does it make you a Hexen heretic? I will not shame you, Master Train. No worries. Oh, you played as much nowadays, yeah. MILF, man, I love fishing. That's right. That's what it stands for. Star Trek Online, where there was no Trek in production. That's a good point too. I bet like there was a point in time where Star Trek Online and maybe other things like it might have attempted to fill the void for some people. Because yeah, there have been stretches at a time where yeah, there's nothing in production, so the Trekkies are having to understandably look for other ways to get their fix. I mean, I like Star Wars and I always have, and I remember the dearth in between the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy, and then in between the prequel trilogy and the sequel trilogy. So, and now that that's done, we have a bunch of TV series now. So like Star Wars, we're pretty spoiled, honestly. We have like this unending flow of new content through the TV series that are coming out, and of course a pretty steady flow of video games too. So I would say Star Wars has had a nicer treatment overall in that sense. We've had it easier compared to the Trekkies. Oh my. Not get bodied by this guy this time. Whoop. Trying to like aim up so I can arc the shots down. I don't know if it's working though. Like chains rattling. Yeah, the grind wall, yeah. Or that's how it was. That's how it used to be. I mean, it probably still exists now, but I don't think it's as egregious. Good movement, yeah. It is. Do you think it's too grindy, JD? Because I think it's, well, again, I haven't played in like 5 or so years, but I felt like it was very newbie friendly without like excluding. Let me see if I can get around. Without excluding, or not newbie, free player friendly without like excluding the free players and like rewarding the premium players with like nice things, but nothing that was like horribly egregious. So it seemed like it was fairly fair, I thought. Maybe it's changed now. Maybe it's like they're getting back into being super grindy, but I always thought it was a good example of like free / premium stuff being done pretty well. The Apogee Duke, is that what they're called? Yeah, like the platformers. I've never even seen gameplay from those games, but I am curious. I'm very curious to see what they're like. And of course to play Duke 3D. But you get primes is easier, yeah? Yeah, and of course, and the other thing too is if you're on Prime Gaming, you know, Amazon's Twitch Prime Gaming thing, majig, you get a bunch of just free shit just by virtue of being a subscriber, or a user rather, of Prime Gaming. So it's like I've gotten a bunch whenever one of those pops up in my inbox on Prime Gaming, where it's like, and I promise I'm not trying to be a shill here, but whenever I get one of those pop-ups for Prime Gaming that just is like, here, we're just giving away a new Warframe, a Prime frame, pun kind of intended, I'll go ahead and grab it, even though I haven't played Warframe in a long time and probably won't play it for a while. I want to play it at some point, but I've got far too many other games I want to play. But I'll still grab it, man. I've probably got like probably about half dozen Prime frames that are just sitting in my inventory, just waiting to be leveled up. So I feel like there's a number of ways to do it without having to, you know, spend crazy monies. Like scary noises, but I don't know what's happening. I'm scared. Serious Sam, yeah, that's exactly how I was. Still am really fuzzy. I've always been a Serious Sam man when it comes to like a first-person shooter that kind of lampoons other first-person shooters and is more like over the top and silly. I loved and still love Serious Sam. I haven't played Serious Sam 4 yet. In fact, I don't even own it. But I've played all of them otherwise, except there were some spin-off games I haven't played, like Serious Sam XL, I think, and some of the other ones. But yeah, I've played 1 and 2 and the different episodes, and 3. Although I never did beat 3 because 3, the boss battle is bullshit. The final boss battle, I just couldn't figure it out. Me and one of my friends kept bouncing off of him, and we were stubbornly refusing to look up a playthrough, like a walkthrough, to figure out how to fight him, how to damage him rather. But yeah, that was a bullshit boss battle rather. Yeah, and then Duke 3D, right? Exactly. Like they're very different games from what I understand. The platformers versus the 3D games. Duke 3D, that is. Serious Sam, when it released, you get every Serious Sam game ever released. Really interesting. I got Serious Sam 3 eventually, but I didn't get it at launch. Because that's what I should have done, honestly. They just gave you free games. That's really nice. I should have just done that, honestly. Disney's a big believer in profit. They are. I mean, for better or for worse. That's what they're doing with the Marvel series. And some people might see that as a bad thing, like the Marvel movies or the Star Wars movies, but I mean, they're also very popular, so... so I don't necessarily see it as a bad thing. Like, I remember when the, the Disney Marvel acquisition and the Disney Star Wars acquisitions happened, I had some friends being like, oh man, get ready for a lot of sequels, like, oh man, and I'm like, I want that. I want more content. I want more things. So I don't see that as a bad thing, as long as it's good. And apparently I haven't watched it yet, but Mandalorian's apparently pretty dope. There's the Obi-Wan series that I think is finished production recently, so that's pretty exciting. There's a Boba Fett series that got announced, so it's like I'm okay with this. I'm okay with like a lot of new stuff to look forward to. It's not all going to be good. Some of it might be garbage, but some of it's probably going to be good. So I'll take those odds. Playing it with friends, yeah. And that's the thing. That's like the one way that I kind of messed up. I rarely played with friends. In fact, I rarely played multiplayer at all. I would usually just do single player with Warframe. So I probably did myself a disservice to a degree at least. It was a publisher, yeah. Yeah, I knew the games you're referring to, Elgaso, for the Duke games, the platformers. Cosmos Cosmic Adventure. That rings a distant bell. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but it sounds vaguely familiar. Kind of want those potions, and I also want to hit that switch. Unless there's like a way you can press a button, maybe? Like a thing I have to press. Really nice community. That's good. Zero. Yeah, conveyance is one of their major issues, I would say, with Warframe. I think they're better about it now, but yeah, it is still kind of hard to navigate the menus and learn how the mod setup works when you like want to soup up your frames and give them the mods to like give you more health and more damage, and knowing how they interact with each other and synergize. Like that system, back when I played it at least, was better than how it used to be. It was better than how it was like 10 years ago, but it was still not great. Still clunky and weird. So yeah, they do struggle with conveyance, but I think it's a lot better. So yeah, it's a valid criticism, I would say. Yeah, I'll just assume that I have to come back later for those other platforms. Working on newbie experience, that's good, yeah. They're working. I mean, I'm sure it's a work in progress always. Community's good, that's good. Some game communities are the opposite of good, and everyone like tries to steer clear. You know, it's like there's a number of games where it's like, oh man, I love this game, but the community's garbage, so I just mute the chat every time. So when a community is known for being nice and positive to play with, that's a welcome sight. Also, I think there was a portal I missed. I should probably take one of these here portals. Keep the fans in mind. Stay faithful to the series. Yeah, the content's pretty sweet. Or gargoyle friends. Flaming gargoyles. Just on fire. I think that would be... That's good for their health. Ewan being Obi-Wan again. I'm excited, man. I hope it's good. It could be hot garbage, but I hope it's not. We were talking about that not too long ago on stream, the notion of like people getting too excited for something and then being let down. That's an example where it's like, I want it to be good. Will I be heartbroken if it's bad? No, not really. It'll probably take me a while to watch it. In fact, I bet, well, for one thing, it's not even, I won't even be able to watch it because I don't have Disney Plus. But I'll get around to it eventually. Ouch. It's like, I hope it's good, but if it's not, I won't really have much skin in the game, so to speak. It's one of the few good things about the prequel trilogy was Ewan McGregor. Like, his acting was pretty good. Well, I don't know. I mean, his acting, I think, is good. I think the direction he was given was always not the bestest, but I think, like, he was, like, a pretty consistent... Oh, one through the puzzle. A pretty consistent, like, positive part of the prequel trilogy. Like, some of it was pretty middling, rather. Middling? Some of it was so-so, but Ewan was very much a beacon of goodness. couldn't get into Mandalorian. Yeah, the I know it's very much a hit or miss thing for some people. Apparently, like that first season was like very much a mixed bag. Some episodes were pretty good, some episodes were really not good, based on who was directing it and just the general writing that they had going for it. But apparently, the second season is incredible. I've heard almost universally good things about the second season, and I'm sure they're making more. So, seems like I've heard a lot of more positive than negative things as it's gone on. Watch Solo. That's actually the one Star Wars movie I've yet to watch, and I want to watch it. It's not that I'm avoiding it, I just never got around to it. People who know me know that I'm really bad about getting around to watching things when I want to watch them, so I tend to make things harder for myself. I'll check the room in a second. But yeah, just need to get around to watching it, man. Having friends to chat with, though, yeah. I mean, I kind of prefer, you know, I don't have like a, you know, silence only, like hardcore policy when it comes to watching movies or TV shows, but I would say like minimal, you know, it's like not a whole lot, because yeah, it can definitely, all right, let's go fast. It can definitely distract from the overall experience, but it can also be nice to like ask like, wait, what did that person say? Like if somebody else missed something, like I think having some, you know, light conversation can be nifty, but yeah, you don't want to overdo it, obviously. Let's go ahead and save real quick. Oh wait, Psychonauts? I'm sorry, did I say something about Psychonauts earlier? I'm sure my brain's been running a mile a minute here, so I probably missed something. Because I haven't played any of those games either. Either 1 or 2 for that matter. That did. Oh. Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. Okay. And I can make that, right? Yeah. I'm a gamer. I can make that shit. Episode 2 is your favorite one? Really, Iowan? I have a number of friends where they say that episode 2 they say it's the worst one, like bar none. I feel like episode 1 is worse personally. But yeah, I have a couple friends where they say episode 2 is the worst one. And they agree that episode 2 is like, or episode 1 is a weaker movie, but they say that episode 1 is so bad it's good. I don't know, man. When I watch episode 1, like there are some scenes I have a hard time getting through. Like this is a little bit painful, man. Episode 2 I can sit through just fine. I mean, yes, there's not the best acting, not the best direction in some scenes, but I think it's not the worst. Not the worst. Good potential, but not great acting. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the acting in the prequel trilogy is a lot's been said about it. A lot's been said about the lad who played Kid Anakin, and then of course Hayden Christensen. I feel like Hayden Christensen's an okay actor. He's not great, but he's not horrible. But yeah, again, a lot of it comes down to, for me, I think a lot of it comes down to the direction they were given. And George Lucas is known for being an effects guy first and being a writer. Well, he's a lot of things, and then like somewhere further down the list, he started to get to his acting or directing chops and his writing chops. So he's not a great writer, not a great director. It's like he had a team full of people that just kind of did whatever he said, and not a lot of people that were like willing to give him criticism or like constructive feedback. So as a result, like those movies could have benefited from other people calling the shots more, as opposed to just being the George Lucas, you know, does the thing. But there, I mean, I don't know. A lot's been said about the prequel movies, and ooh, go okay. Can I make this jump? A lot's been said about them, and I don't really know if I have much to add to the discourse. But they are, for better or for worse, part of the overall series, and that's how they shall always be remembered. Solo was bad, really? I've heard Solo was like 6 out of 10, like just like good, not horrible. Some cool parts, some cool reveals, and I already know about the spoiler. I know. But I'm not gonna repeat it, but I already know about it because people can't help themselves on the internet. But yeah, hierarchy, interesting. Apparently, it's like, according to many that I've heard from, it's worth watching, but kind of forgettable in some ways. Aesthetically, cast choice. Aesthetically, yeah, pretty good. I think the CGI has aged not the bestest, but it's not the worstest. Not the worstest. Personal hype, yeah. Oh, levels of oh, for the Psychonauts thing. Yeah, I've heard Psychonauts 2 is really good. I haven't heard that it's amazing, but I've heard that it's like pretty good and that it's worth playing if you like the original. So that's like pretty encouraging, I would say. The third of the movie about pod racing, it was like cool to look at. I just wish that it wouldn't have taken up so much of the movie because I would have liked more, you know, plot things and more like story happening. It looked cool though. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the pod racing stuff looked dope. So I think that holds up to an extent. His arc is better than Luke's arc? Really? That's interesting, yeah. I mean, it's dramatic, you know? I mean, I think they're both interesting. And, you know, one is more tragic than the other. But I think that's a valid comparison to make, you know? The Anakin versus Luke arc. Just from a writing perspective, how they actually turned out is, you know, another question altogether, but just the pacing and like how the story was told is, you know, certainly unique for sure. Larger range of emotions. The one who played adult Anakin. You mean, oh yeah, the I can't remember his name, but yeah, I know the character, the gentleman you're referring to, the kid actor. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like his acting was shit on a lot, and I mean, all right, so I'll say this much. There was a really fascinating YouTube video that was making the rounds about a year or so ago that kind of went into some behind-the-scenes stuff about the casting choices for episode 1 specifically, and the lead up to it, and the hype, and the merchandise, and the direction, and just some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. It's a really fascinating YouTube video. I would sincerely recommend for anybody who likes Star Wars watching that video, or even if you're just fascinated, like, to see some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. It's a really cool video, and it goes into the origins of like trying to write the character Jar Jar and trying to figure out how to do the pod racing segments, and trying to edit the movie and trying to like figure out the first director's cut, that kind of thing. A lot of cool background, just a lot of cool background behind the scenes stuff. And there's a portion in the movie where they show a bunch of the other child actors that were auditioned for the role of Anakin. And there's one in particular that fucking nails it. It's a really good audition. And you're looking at George Lucas during this audition, and he's kind of making this face like he's just kind of not really there. He's just kind of filling the space, like he's not really paying attention. And then Jake Lloyd, is that his name? I think first name's Jake, at least. Then his audition happens, and then he kind of perks up. And I think even one other person says to George at the time, it's like, yeah, you should really consider bringing in that other kid for another audition. He really nailed it. And George was saying I can't remember what his reasoning was, but there was some reasoning for why he went with Jake instead. But like, man, the comment section for that video is just full of people being like, dude, that other kid was so good. Why wasn't he in there? So I feel like there were casting questions, to be clear, I think at least. But yeah, I think Jake Lloyd, he didn't do a bad job. I would say his performance was like mediocre. Like, I mean, I'm not an acting guy. I'm not really even a movie guy, really. I have no acting experience to speak of, so not like I'm, you know, the paragon of quality to pass judgment necessarily. But from what I saw, and as a casual onlooker, I thought like, he was just okay. There's better child actors, just far worse, I think. But I wouldn't like hold that against him specifically. So yeah, like Fuzzy was saying, or I'm sorry, maybe who said it? I think it was Luna who said it. It's like I think you could be more harsher against Hayden Christensen's performance, as with Jake Lloyd. His job was just all right, honestly. Writing and direction, yeah. Hugely talented actors, yeah. Well, again, freaking Ewan McGregor nailed it pretty well, even with like some weird lines and some odd moments necessarily. I think he did a pretty good job, and you know, every time he's on screen, I always feel pretty good about it. So I think he's like I said earlier, it's like one of the few pretty universally positive things about the prequel movies. Hello, Lampoon. I used the word lampoon earlier, and here you are. It's like I summoned you inadvertently. Although I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I summoned you. Oh, that's how you open those doors. I feel like an idiot for not knowing that. You just press the use button here. Don't I feel like a jabroni? Oops. But yeah, not a huge fan of the Solo movie. That's a shame, because I've heard, I think you probably heard me say earlier that I've heard more like it's good, like, you know, not amazing, but it's all right kind of opinions. But yeah, clearly I need to follow up more, because I mean, I want to watch it eventually so I can have my own opinion. Offer more things. More of a 3 out of 10, but it's so bad. Really? I mean, that's a shame. I know it had some last-minute reshoots that made people nervous. Usually when a movie has last-minute reshoots, it's not a good sign. But again, I'll know once I'll know for sure once I get a chance to see it for myself. And take one of these. Oh, really? Just come to me. Enter my cloud of poison shits. It's still a little loud, isn't it? It's a little bit loud. Turn that down a little bit. The way they're choking to death. I guess it's probably sound volume. Let's take it down to 7.70. So maybe just not being a Star Wars movie. I mean, I guess they wanted to tell the story of Han Solo's origin. I don't know if that's like an origin story that a lot of people were that interested in, honestly. I mean, he's a cool character, but I don't know if we needed that story to be told. I guess enough people determined it would be interesting. Lower than 6, take into account the forced shoehorning. Oh, yeah, I think I know what you're referring to, Lunar Waffles. Whoa! I think I might know to what you're referring. So, and of course, it's not the first Star Wars movie to suffer from, you know, questionable shoehorning of certain, like, forced details. You know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We'll go that way. Let's go up now. I will come down there if we need to later on, but I bet we can get there through other means. I need to come back later because I think there was another portion that looked very similar. He can block while he's getting choked to death? Really? This is so ridiculous. I love it. It's the popping them like little flesh demon balloons. Advanced Heresy. That's right. Well, what's up, bud? Yeah, this is the sequel to Heretic. So it is kind of Advanced Heresy. I like thinking of myself as an Advanced Heretic, not just a plain old garden variety Heretic, but like the good shit. They're taking advantage of that jump button. Putting me in the real bullshit situations like this where I can just jump up and be a goober. Now this is podcast. You heard me say that earlier. Yeah, podcasting. Pod racing, podcasting. Yeah, same thing, right? They're casting forward with a pod racing thing. It's details. Don't bog me down with your facts and your logic. I don't have time for that shit. But yeah, Jake Lloyd. Yeah, apparently, like, yeah, that movie kind of fucked him up, and who can blame him? Because, yeah, let's be honest, this came out in the late 90s, early 2000s, at a time where there was less visibility, and less, like, honest discussions, I think, at least, about, like, mental health for actors and creatives and that kind of thing. So yeah, the Star Wars community was not kind to Jake Lloyd and his performance and blamed him like solely for, well, some people blamed him solely for the, you know, not greatness of episode 1. Other people blamed solely the actor for Jar Jar Binks, and that guy has also had like really bad mental health struggles. I think he like doesn't even act, like has exited the acting industry entirely, the movie industry entirely, which is a shame because like I think he did all right as well as he could, and you know, like it or not, Jar Jar Binks as a character was a landmark for being like, I think the first, I don't know if this is true necessarily, but like one of the first like major like CGI, like all CGI characters to appear in a film like that, I suppose. So it's like from a technical perspective, it was like very impressive. So yeah, lots been said about people like treating the actors for those roles like actual garbage, and it's like, yeah, I mean, you can say that, yeah, the characters or the actors rather, you know, had some not great moments, but like they don't deserve to be like fucking harassed and demonized for that shit, man. Life's too short to just shit on people constantly like that. Let's go to these two. I've got a dearth of these things. I might as well use them. I think I'm misusing the word dearth. I think just abundance. I think dearth is the opposite of an abundance. Oh, and the hydrate. Thank you, Warbird. Sorry, I fell behind in chat and I'm clawing my way back slowly. Whenever we talk about Star Wars on stream, I enjoy it, but yeah, the conversations are frequent, and I try my darndest to keep up with the gameplay and also keep up with the cool peeps. Cool peeps in the chat. Come to me. Unto me and my fart cloud. Jump out of the trench and just run straight. Oh yeah, good tactics, right? Yeah. What's the worst that could happen? This is a plot armor. You like Jar Jar Binks? As a kid, I loved him. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I want to pretend that I was like this giant brained, like, oh, these movies are garbage, and I know they're garbage. Like, I was like some edgy, like, puts on sunglasses, like, you fucking nerds. I know this is... I'm gonna look back on these movies and scoff at them. No, I love them as I was a kid, because that's what those movies were targeted for kids. So yeah, I love those movies. Episodes 1 and 2 I thought were fucking cool as hell. And then I watched them as an adult, and I was like, I don't know about this, man. So that's, I think, one thing that that's I think a big thing that a lot of people, and this is not to say that if you dislike the Star Wars prequel trilogy or even the sequel trilogy, what have you, I'm not trying to say if you dislike those movies, then your opinion is wrong or anything like that. But I think for people that like, the kind of person that like, you know, the kind of people that were like harassing Jake Lloyd and the actor that played Jar Jar Binks, like those kinds of people need to consider that the fact that like these really weren't meant for like the grown-ass adults that grew up watching the older movies. It's like, this is kind of meant for like the next generation of kids to enjoy them, more or less, I think. So I think for the people that like were taking it too far and like being too harassy about that kind of shit, like they weren't like considering that angle necessarily, which is unfortunate because yeah, it like really messed up some people's lives. Just pain in the ass existence. Well, again, so much of it comes down to like direction versus acting. Like, is it the actor that fucked up, or is it the direction they were given? And that's one thing I feel about Hayden Christensen. I think he's just an okay actor. He's not great, but he's not like horrible. But his performance in those movies is pretty rough at times, and I wonder if it's just the bad direction that he was given. Oh wait, I'm sorry, Will, you're right. I misspoke. It wasn't Warbird, it was a whale hydrate. I'm going to do a second hydrate for you, Whale, and only Whale can enjoy this hydrate. Everyone close your eyes. Here we go. Right, now you can open your eyes again. Only Whale was allowed to enjoy that hydrate. That was for him specifically. Yeah, the lag. Yeah, I was using the wrong word. I do that more times than I want to admit. I try to pretend that I'm this cool wordsmith lad who knows all the cool words, but secretly, I'm actually a fucking idiot that doesn't know his butthole from his keyhole. Actually, joke's on you, I pee out of my butt on a regular basis anyway, so how's about that? Comedic relief character? Yeah, he is and was. Although the whole movie is kind of campy anyway, so I don't know if he needed to be like this goofy jabroni lad, but like, I mean, again, as a kid, I thought he was fun. Getting confused with what? Yeah, Warbird? Oh, that guy's the worst, isn't he? Oh, God, what a freaking nerd that dude is. Can you imagine? Ugh. Gross. 1/3. Ah, blah, 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 blah. So one more third remains. This guy's gonna be #problematic, I can tell already. How do I get over there? I wanna be where the people are. Don't hate him, he is annoying. Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, as an adult, I'm not a fan, but as a kid, I loved it. Because yes, all those things are 100% correct in a while, so I do not disagree. Kind of steals the spotlight in a number of scenes when he really shouldn't have it, yeah. Yeah, I can think of a few scenes where it's like, why is he like the main dude right now? And again, to reference that one YouTube video that I mentioned earlier, that kind of goes behind the scenes with the concoction of episode 1, there's a number of moments where George Lucas, like, so much of this hinges on people liking Jar Jar and him being like a relatable and or fun character, because I have big plans for Jar Jar. And allegedly, I don't know how true this is, but supposedly he had plans on turning him into a villain, but I don't know how true that is. I think that's more speculation and fan theory, but supposedly there was like a lot more that was planned. And granted, he does have a role in the subsequent prequel movies, but it's not much of a role, to be honest, honestly. It's supposed to be the soap opera twist bad. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Which is an interesting theory. With your eyes strapped open a la Clockwork Orange, yeah. Oh, shit, holy shit, what the hell? Fuck you. Don't just walk past the poison, that's cheating. You're not allowed to just walk past that shit. I have very little juice left in my juice shooter. My juicy juice blaster. For whale's eyes only, that's right, that's right. I feel like I'm gonna enter some scary things. I'm gonna save real quick. Enter the scary zone. I was hearing saber-toothed tiger stock monster noises and I was afraid. Not writing like he used to. I don't know, man. I even think that George Lucas's writing, like, well, I guess it depends on I guess I have to choose my words carefully here. Like, certain aspects of his writing was never that good. I think he would bring in other people to help him write certain aspects of the original movies, and I think he was better off for it. What's this? Banishment device. Also, my armor class is fucking garbage right now. Dog water 8 armor class levels here. So, let's see, what's that? That is... I don't know. It's not telling me what it is. I heard monsters. Should I be afraid? Maybe. Maybe a little bit. Also, I think these guys keep, like, respawning or something like that, because I keep killing them and they keep reappearing. It'd be nice to, like, find a way to get over there, because there's a lot of cool stuff that I want. I see ammo, I see health things, I see dead bad guys. Be kind of neat. Behind the scenes video production of issues with Jar Jar. With, like, you mean, like, on a technical level with the CGI? Because I wouldn't doubt it. It was pretty emerging technology. You know, cutting edge stuff. Not really any ground. I mean, it's a cool theory, but yeah, I don't know how substantiated it is, or, like, if there's much to go by other than a, like, just a cool what-if scenario. Because it is an interesting what-if scenario, but yeah, I have no idea if there's, like, much basis behind it. We can just go down these corners, I think. And I guess, again, I don't know if this is, like, cheating or sequence breaking, but I guess I could, like, drop down this way. The dude. You know what, let's do that. Let's save, and then jump down. So I'm trying to be mindful of sequence breaks. And, which is to say, not doing them if I can help it. Ouch. Yeah, because see, now I can't get back. Yeah, see, that's why it's important to be careful when it comes to sequence breaks. Unless I can, like, jump on this handle thingamajig, yeah. So, yeah, so in that case, I'm glad I didn't commit. So you don't want to do that, then. Jar Jar is everything. That's the one. That's the quote, Fuzzy. You know what I'm talking about. That's the video. He never disavowed the theory. Well, I mean, he probably wouldn't have much need to, but yeah, I don't want to say I'm, like, skeptical. Well, I guess I'm mediocre skeptical. He's lied his ass off before. Well, yeah, or just choosing to, like, withhold information, I guess. I like to think it's not so much lying, but just, like, trying to stay vague so he doesn't overcommit. So that switch clearly is still important. So yeah, that's not the one here. Because that's the one we already hit, right? Yeah, we already hit that one. Some just general scary monster noises. I don't know how to open these things. Can I just break it? Probably not. I cannot solve all my problems with violence, unfortunately. Oh, right, yeah, I've seen stuff like that, Jim, but yeah, that's more fan speculation. Like, interesting stuff, but, like, is it substantial enough? I don't know if it's, like, enough to go by, but it is interesting. It's like, cool to imagine. Maybe that's what that's doing, actually. Oh, shit. I'm gonna save my ammo, my magic. What flavor magic do you think that is, the blue stuff? Is that, like, blue Gatorade? Blue Glacier Gatorade or whatever the flavor is? Like, I wonder if that opened the door now when I pulled the switch. Let's go down this way. Let's see if that did anything. Oops. Oh, here we go. This is something new. I think the switch we've been pulling that whole time have been, like, yeah, raising and lowering these walls, these gray walls. There's no luck, only the force. I mean, that's the thing, too. Yeah, some characters are just force sensitive, like Leia, for instance. You know, she was never a Jedi. She almost became one, allegedly, but Yeah, like characters that are force sensitive versus being like force users or, you know, full on big bads or big goods. What's that? Was that the last piece to the puzzle? You can go this way now. Oh, was that a healing potion? Let's find out. Let's stand back. Yes, it is healing. That's actually pretty nifty. I'm gonna go back to having the green boys selected. Everywhere at the right times, changing people's plans, yeah. Yeah, it's like, it's interesting, but yeah, is it enough to say like he's got these big evil powers he doesn't know about or hasn't discovered yet? Maybe, maybe not, yeah. Right, let's check the other doors. I bet there's like this other path options we have open to us that I was not aware of. So I go over to this side. Drop down. I bet there's gonna be more now. There wasn't an answer though, you're right. Yeah, it's ambiguous enough. Okay, that is still closed, never mind. Kills a bunch of droids, yeah. Yeah, I know the scenes too, yeah. Yeah, but it's, to me, it's just a bit of a stretch to say, oh, therefore he's gonna be a, you know, the big bad Sith villain. It's like, like I could see it, but I could see it as a possibility, but yeah, it just feels like a stretch. A medium stretch. Press this now. Go back to the big room. See if that does what I've secretly hoped that it did. Secretly, not so secretly. Never had any interest. Well, I mean, allegedly, and according to the third movie, the third sequel trilogy movie, she was like training to become a Jedi. She had her own lightsaber and everything, but then chose not to, just to abandon it. I guess because she wanted to, like, maybe to focus on motherhood. Stairs have risen on this. 7 portals. Some more juice. Give me the purple juice. Did I get his ass? Hello. Is your ass got? Did your ass get got? Hello? Oh, there you are. There he goes. Want to make sure asses are acquired. Just not a well-crafted deep character. Well, yeah, it's like, because that's the thing. He wasn't really shown as having much depth in episode 1, and I think he was so unpopular, more or less, that Lucas chose to, like, kind of relegate him to a side position as opposed to, you know, pursuing him further, just because pursuing him further would have just angered the fan base more, or at least the angry portions of the fan base more. Now, of course, there is the theory that says, well, yeah, he is kind of a villain because he inadvertently, more or less, elected Palpatine to power. We all know how that went, so it's like there's I guess an argument to be made. Oh god. Oh Jesus Christ. That's a mean placement of enemies, man. Tiny little room like that, you kidding me? Oh fuck, I have to do all that sequence again, don't I? God damn it. That's okay, we know what to do now. So it'll take us less longer. I gotta save before I emerge. One of those things, because that's a scary place to be. Needs a babysitter when he's at the typewriter at George Lucas, yeah. Or just like people that aren't just gonna be yes men and tell him what he wants to hear, but actually like give him constructive criticism and like have balls to tell him no, because that was apparently one of the main problems of episode 1. It's like you were hearing him just make bad decisions and everyone was just nodding their heads along with it like, yep, this is a good idea, and we're all just like, I don't know, man. And of course, I mean, I guess in all fairness, we have the benefit of hindsight, so who am I to say, but still, it just seems like some additional input could have gone a long way. A little bit could have gone a long way. She did train a bit. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I think that's the general vibe they were going for too, Fuzzy. It's like they weren't, it's like she was training and like there was some consideration because obviously she's got the Skywalker blood in her, but then she was like, maybe I want to focus now on other things. And she did. And it worked out for a while. So I guess both of these have not been hit then. Hey, what's up, Grolfana? Good to see you, bud. Agree with the ideology, yeah. Just some unhelpful in some situations. borrowed half the ideas. It did. It did. It's weird because it like, yeah, it relegated the EU, the expanded universe, to so much of the sidelines and then pretty much borrowed a lot of the same ideas. GV, thank you for that raid, by the way, my dude. It's good to see you, bud. Lucas was so shocked by the backlash of writing it. Oh, well, responsible for the downfall. Yeah, maybe it's like, I'll show them, I'll make him an accidental mega villain or something. Regardless, Grovana, thank you for that raid, my dudes. It's good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. We were in GV's chat a little bit earlier. He was doing some Hades, followed by some Outer Wilds. How's the Outer Wilds DLC going for you, by the way? Did you finish it tonight? Because GV has been going through a lot of very cool, like more rapid fire playthroughs recently, playing like a little bit smaller games. Because he's been doing a lot of longer playthroughs leading up to that. I know I was watching him do some Witcher 1 not too long ago. So if you like, I've said this before about Grovana, and I'll say it again. If you like well, actually, for one thing, you're probably already following him if you're smart. But if you are still learning, if you're still learning about cool streamers on Twitch and you're down for recommendations, Grovana is an incredible streamer. There's a lot of cool stuff, and he has a very wide variety of games that he plays and streams. So if you like some good variety content, GV is a excellent lad. We're playing a sequel to a game I played a couple years ago. The game I played a few years ago is called Heretic. This is Hexen. Also very much a Doom-like, Dark Forces, that kind of vibe. Except it's more Dungeons and Dragons and less shooty-pooty absolutely, so more magic and swords and that kind of stuff. And I'm liking it a lot. It's really good. Although it is very challenging, and I'm on the second level, and I've already gotten bodied a couple times, so I'm trying to get good. But it is pretty good, though. Here, let's use... In fact, speaking of which, I should drink more potions so I can be more healthy. Here's the raid message. Thank you as well, CD. Yeah, we got Robco. We got Colby. Thank you all for being here, my friends. DLC's awesome. Close to finishing. That's awesome, man. Yeah, because I remember GV, you were saying at one point that Outer Wilds, and again, feel free to correct me if I'm misquoting you, but you were saying that Outer Wilds is like one of your favorite indie games, or maybe even just one of your favorite games ever. So much so, GV, I feel a little bit bad about admitting this, but I've intentionally avoided some of the Outer Wilds streams because I could tell you were enjoying it so much, and that based on what I was seeing, I knew I would enjoy it so much. I'm like, I don't want to get it spoiled for myself. So I will, like, I might have your stream up in the background, like, while I'm doing other stuff, but I try to limit my exposure because I wanted to have the same kind of, like, experience that you're having, where it's like, oh, I can tell I'm really gonna love this. 100% get it. Yeah, exactly. Same thing with CD. CD, you were playing... Oh, what was that one cool, like, puzzle shooter? But it wasn't Control. Although you did play... I think you played Control. There's another one. It was more... It was almost more like Portal-esque. But I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, same kind of thing. Like, I was intentionally trying to limit my exposure because I was like, I'm gonna love the shit out of this game. Holy crap. Yeah, Outer Wilds, it's definitely a game I absolutely want to play. But same with Witcher 1, actually. I've played a few hours into Witcher 1, but it was years ago and I never followed up on it, so I need to just start fresh, honestly. The Outer Wilds community, that's right, because you understand that it's a game that's worth savoring and not, you know, having spoiled for yourself if you can help it. Also, this is where I died last time. I'm gonna save, like a good boy. Also, can I check the... I can. Let's see. Okay, so there's still another switch I need to hit, though. Because it didn't say that the MacGuffin was resolved. It just says that 1/3 of it was resolved. Oh, wait, no, never mind. It does say it. Stairs have risen in the 7 portals, so we are good. Yeah, checking the command log, whatever it's prompt. Whatever it's called. Not command prompt, but checking the list of actions that have happened. Will go a long way. Also, I'm trying to save what little juice I have for the weapons, because this is a game where, unlike Heretic, which I adored, unlike Heretic, instead of having each weapon having ammo, you just have 2 mana types. You have green magic and blue magic. You only have 1 ranged attack, or ranged weapon rather, but that ranged weapon uses blue magic, and we haven't found any other things. But eventually we'll find things that use green magic as well, but that means multiple weapons eat from the same pool. So it's gonna get tricky when it comes to knowing what weapon to use in the right opportunity, and also recognizing, like, knowing when to save the ammo versus when to use it. Knowing when to hold them versus knowing when to fold them, so to speak. But like I said, thank you again to Grovana for that very kind raid. As always, I know it is getting late for certain time zones. It's midnight here in the Central Standard Time. So if you have to get off and hop and get to other stuff, I totally understand. As always, I will never take it personally if the view count goes down, because it's late, especially for other time zones, so I totally get it. But thank you as always to GV for your kindness. We were in GV's chat when he was streaming over the weekend. He was playing... Well, he did the cooking stream not too long ago. Oh, there was something else. Oh, it was on Friday when he was doing the community nights. We were playing Blather Around with him, and he always has such nice words to say to people like myself and to other streamers that are in his community. So he's such a nice role model of like how to do nice things with the community and how to encourage other personal growth from other streamers and content creators. So I cannot talk him up and his community enough. It's a wonderful dude and a wonderful place. Into the game, you're enjoying it, and then shit happens, and then stuff happens, and you're like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's my general understanding, and I'm looking forward to having the what the fuck as well. Place the thing. There we go. Yeah, I'll just kite you around into it a second time, motherfucker. Yeah, the poison gas is clearly more effective against other enemies than others. Whoa, hello. Oh my god, what the fuck, Iowan? Is that like a reference of something? Same to you. I appreciate that, bud. You're always a good dude, GB. What are some others, if you don't mind me asking, what are some other things you have planned for this week? Sounds like Outer Wilds is almost done. Yeah, I know you've been doing Hades as well. I was lurking in with Hades a little bit earlier while I was getting my own stuff set up. You just have an affront to Nebraskans specifically. Well, I appreciate your forthcomingness about your convictions, Iowan. I was not aware of an Iowa-Nebraska feud, but now I'm aware of it. Just generally fucked it. Alright, well, now I know. I can honestly say I've never been to Nebraska, but... What's that line from Aqua Teen Hunger Force when the guy's like, Alabama, Alabama? And he's like, well, the good news is New Jersey is located conveniently adjacent to Alabama. So in a similar sense, Missouri is located conveniently adjacent to Nebraska. And still can't do anything here because there's this little... Oh, there's little side stairs. Don't I feel like an idiot? I was gonna say, how do I get up here? Just go up the stairs, Alex. Door opened. The Guardians of Ice. What about the Guardians of Nice? Finishing Outer Wilds. Oh, more Banjo-Kazooie. That's right. For some reason in my brain, I thought you'd finished it, but I saw you streaming it the other day, like a week or so ago, and I was like, oh, right, there's more. More Banjo-Kazooie fun times. Oh, here we go. Other staircase. Or Witcher 1. Some Dying Light. We talking original Dying Light or the new one? As I know the new one... I guess the new one isn't out yet, but... Oh, hello. Yes. Walk into the stuff. But yeah, I really like the original one. I never finished it, though. Embarrassing as it is to admit. Really liked it, and the multiplayer in that is really fun, by the way. Co-op multiplayer in Dying Light is a freaking blast. The game's story is interesting, but I find it's like kind of fucking around with the homies is a really good time. I did it with some friends years ago, and it is a blast. And I'd be curious to know if the new one, if Dying Light 2 will have a similar kind of mechanic, because yeah, the co-op was just so silly. The game is very much well, the story is not very lighthearted, but like the overall gameplay is like very campy and goofy with the zombie combat. Bumping Outer Wilds and Psychonauts. Psychonauts I am kind of curious about because I like the original one specifically because I have it on Good Old Games, I'm pretty sure, so I do own it. So I'm running out of excuses. Let's go back to the ice areas if I can remember how to get there. I'm running out of excuses though. I've got a number of games that I kind of have queued up in my brain as far as what I want to play next. So I don't want to overcommit, but I don't want to undercommit either. I want to equally commit. So yeah, I would say Psychonauts is probably up there. Outer Wilds is definitely up there as well. It's just I don't know how high on the priority list it is just because I have too many damn games I want to play. I keep getting excited and playing other things and bouncing around from one series to the next, so I'm very inconsistent. But yes, it is acutely on my list. Oh my god, more blue magic. Thank you. Goodness. Holy crap. The corn state. And now it's like, but then it's like, no. Iowa's the corn state. You have been reassigned. Well, now, and of course, I'm from Illinois. I grew up in Illinois. And Illinois is, 99% cornfields. And corn runs in my veins. Which might sound painful. It's something for sure. But yeah, I have corn syrup and kernels of corn. I don't have red blood cells. I just have corn blood cells, like just little kernels of corn that float around in my veins. It's excruciating. I'm in constant agony. I love it. It's great. But no, all jokes aside, that's something I can identify with all too well. Here's the door that opened up, I think. It's all the bad icy. Whoa! I was squished. It's true. Uh-oh. Almost pressed the wrong button. Shit, I didn't save in a minute, did I? I need to be saving more often, dude. I'm making things more difficult than I ought to. Although I think at this point... never mind, we have to do one more. I lied. But it's easy enough. Yeah, mostly joking, but I know I would enjoy it. So yeah, they're both on my list for sure. How much do I like the Myst games? I've never actually played them. I don't know if I would like them very much, based on what I've seen and heard, because I'm kind of a scrub when it comes to puzzles, and like the really like brain twisty puzzles. I'm kind of a shithead. I mean, that's just true in general, but I'm extra kind of a shithead when it comes to really complicated like puzzles, adventure game puzzles. So I don't know if I have a big enough brain for the Myst games. Also, we've already been here. Yep. So I don't know. I've yet to play them, but I guess I haven't really given them a fair shake. GTFO is another good one. I've seen some friends playing it, and I've never played it myself. In fact, I don't even own it, but I am curious about it. It looks interesting. Seems like it has kind of an interesting potential gameplay loop. A lot of monsters, like, behind this wall specifically. You can see them, too. Sound mean. Might need to see a doctor with my corn kernel blood. With little corn kernel blood cells that are bounding around in my veins and causing excruciating agony. I can't imagine what kind of problems that could cause, right? It's a good analog to Outer Wilds. Because yeah, Outer Wilds, I don't know how complicated it is per se, with like the puzzles and whatnot. I'm sure it has them. Dang it, I just have not found the right switch yet. But I feel like I would enjoy it, just based on what little I have seen and just things that I've heard. I think I'd be able to, like, if there were difficult puzzles, I think I'd, you know, stick it out just because apparently the overall experience is so worthwhile. I think I'm gonna find the right switch, but it's kind of hit or miss. A nation of corn and guns, yeah, well, that's how we do it. There we go. Oh wait, this is the one I've already hit. I'm an idiot. I'm a goober. I'm a big old goober. At least give myself full health for all my troubles. It's the other door then. Reason than that though, that's good. That's good. Storytelling and the environments. I think the environments I would love, based on what I've seen. And the storytelling I think I would enjoy, although I don't know much about Myst's storytelling. I know it has a story. When I think Myst, I think adventure game style puzzles that are very brain bendy. Oh, never mind. It was open this whole time. I'm an idiot. Okay, never mind. I was thinking that I hadn't found the right switch, but it had been found already. So yeah, that is encouraging then. If the puzzles are not quite as brain rupturing as Myst, but still cool environments and cool storytelling, then yeah, I am super on board. So, oh, more friends. And these guys, of course, don't drop anything. I don't need to murder this guy, but my insatiable bloodlust implores me to do so. Jump back down then. We hit the one switch up here. And there's, of course, a bunch of bad guys that decided to pop up. But yeah, we went up over here. And I can't remember what the switch actually did when we hit it. Oh, the Guardian of Ice. Oh, wait a second. Guardian of Steel. Oh, I get it. That's why. Okay, the log doesn't refresh when you load a previous save. That's why it says Super Opera was squished. I get it now. Okay, so never mind. I'm overcomplicating things. I thought the log refreshed when you loaded a save. So a lot of these doors are open. Is this the one we just came from? Yeah, we've already been there. I think we did that area pretty well. Whoa, hello. Trying to be very stingy about my magic usage. As I overextended previously, and now I'm low on the juice. My. These guys are ranged. I can smack them from pretty far away. Let's go back to the green stuffs. Bam! Just lead them back into it. Yes, come to me. Come to Butthead. Oh boy, it's like I'm kiting a whole gaggle of friends here. Oh, 2 of them. Oh, actually, that's not a bad strat. Just drop a fuck ton of them. That is a strat. Ouch. Ah, it hurts. Hurts so good. This is tough. It's tough melee only with these guys. These lads, not so much. These guys are a little bit easier. Tango with. That's not it either. What was the big... here it is. Oh, oops. There's 3 of them. Fuck you. Yeah, get poisoned. Yeah, fuck you. Now bring your buddies. Yes, come out here. Yes. Look at these. Look at me. I'm so helpless. I've got 87 health. Aha! Didn't expect my fart clouds to fuck you up, did you? No, I shouldn't spam them too much. But I can spam them a little bit. The downside is they hurt me as well, so I have to wait for them to go away. This is an opportunity to grab some health. And smite more of these lads. Where do these guys keep coming from? I know they can just get teleported in, but... surely there's an explanation for it, right? It'd be one thing if there was like a door that opened and they spilled out, but it's kind of a little bit silly when they're just popping in from some nondescript place. Now I'm gonna save so I don't get bodied like last time. Grab some more of the green juice. That's not the ammo juice, that's just the poison fart bottles. Right, so, oh, here we go. It's the side paths. When I got down to the bottom, I got squished, rather, by a big old pillar. It's not very nice. When those things explode, they shrapnel out. Then they pop. You kill them, they burst. They don't stand on the differently colored squares on the ground. It will lead to bad things. A lot of boys, and they are back in town. Grab some healing real quick. Just one. Or discoloration here, which is scary. You're gonna come back down? Please? There we go. It's like I hope I don't have to ride the squishers up. Oh, okay. Before I commit to going that way, of course that will autosave. Puts me back here. I must have pressed something that has opened something else up. So this is back at the beginning of the level, I think. Nothing new happened. I feel like I just went through there. Did I press anything? Maybe something else has opened up in this path. I'm hearing a lot of monster noises, but I don't know if that's just general ambience or what. And we never did explore the bottom areas, but I don't know if I could survive the fall. You get down there. We'll question if I should even try it. Whoa, whoa, oh, right, this thing, yes. Got me last time, it's getting me this time too. There's friend. Hello. Hello, friend. 35 shots. That's pretty good, but it's not a ton, so I still gotta be careful here. Dead bodies just littering the floor, by the way. There's just so much death. Death and destruction. Oh, just go this way, okay. It's so dark in this area, and I know that's the point, but man, I wish I could see if there's anything that I'm missing here. It's 2 shots to kill those guys. There's a bunch more ammo. Uh-oh. It's a timing puzzle, I think. Or can I just... I guess I could just cheese it by crouching. I could be wrong, but I think that GZDoom, or original this game, did not have a crouch button. This would have been Doom 1 engine. So no crouching and no jumping. A little bit cheesy. Oh, this is like a frozen throne. Oh, I see there's a thing there. Ooh, some friends. Let me grab the green friends real quick. There we go, baby. One of those things goes a long way. Now, what's this? Are those missiles? Oh, they're darts. It's a dart trap. Silly. Hold up, I want to explore more of this area. I also want to prove to myself that I can get past this timing puzzle. There we go. You know, without having to duck, because ducking is kind of cheesy with in a game where they didn't develop it with the intention of you being able to jump or crouch. So long level. Yeah, this hasn't lowered either. Uh-oh. What did I do? Oh god, I did something. Oh, I lowered it. Nice. So that's how we get that guy. So I'll grab this, then I'll explore the other item that caught my eye. Other area that caught my eye, rather. Oh, the fire key. That's right. We saw that. We saw doors for that, rather. Yeah, we saw a place where this goes. Alright, so first... yeah, first let's go this way. Oh, wait, hold up. What does that lead to, actually? Is this a dead end? Oh, yeah, that is a dead end. Yeah, I don't even want to entertain that notion. That place is scary. Oh, there we go. Let's go back here. And it was... Yep. Oh, the portal, right. Oh, Jesus. What an awful spawn. What the hell? This place sucks. Preemptively drink some potions. Oh my freaking Christ. This place is scary. Shit. Oh my god. Heal. Thank goodness for that quick heal. Jesus, what a shitty room. This place sucks. Why did I like opt to go into this room? This place is awful. How are you expected to survive that and not like use like drink a gajillion healing potions? I see you blocking. I think you're so cool. If I had a cool shield like that, I too would think I was quite cool. Ooh, buddy. Alright, so, go down that way. Whether or not this was mandatory is something else. Probably... Oh, that's this area. Oh, okay, yeah. I'd be willing to bet this probably was not mandatory. But killing that guy made me feel a little better about myself. Because I haven't saved in a minute. Although it might have auto-saved when I went through that portal just now. Portals usually auto-save. Like the stock punching noise. Oh, we're back here. That's nice, I guess. I guess it's good if you haven't already been down these areas, but I don't know what benefit that gives us, really. Did, like, something new open up, maybe? Back to the middle area. I bet not. I bet it's just all samesies. And no openings in the middle. Nah, I don't really mind. That's fine. Let's just go back and let's take that one. Go back to the area with the fire keys. Or, I'm sorry, the doors that need the fire key. Is that, much like Jar Jar, is the key to all this. Let's see. How do we get back to that area? Is there a new switch up this way? So there's that little alcove right there. Yeah, no staircase to that yet. Oh, hello. That'd been a good choke point. I was gonna say, I can put like one of these in a choke point, I guess. Choke point, get it? Because it's gonna hit them with the poison damage. Are they fighting each other? Smack. Really, if anything, this game, of all things, is reminding me more of Diablo 1, whoops, specifically. With the enemies we're fighting, I think of the gargoyles you fight in Diablo 1, and the Minotaur lads, Minotaur adjacent lads, rather. So definitely some, and also, of course, it's Diablo, so it's like more of a magic and swords and Dungeons and Dragons type of vibe. It's opened up all kinds of things. Ooh, nope. Actually, that's a portal I would have already been to, I think. So lots of tools that I will gladly use. Can open over here. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and take this portal, but I think I know where it's going. Oh, I didn't know where it's going at all. I was not expecting this area. I think this is where the fire doors are, actually. So this might have just worked out for us. Oh, you know what? Actually, I could use more of those. I'm gonna grab, attempt to grab. Whoa, and then I'm gonna fall down. I'm gonna try to grab a few of them. I don't know if I want to try to get all of them. I'll be here for a minute. I'll try to get everything. But I've been leaning on these things a lot. So getting more would be nice. I think if you were playing this in the original Doom 1 engine and you missed these the first time, then you're just out of luck. Because you didn't have a jump button in the original game, so, you know, good frickin' luck, man. Dang it, yeah, I wonder if I should even try this. Alright, I'm done. I'm done trying this. It's wasting too much time. It's not worth it. Here we go. Oh my. It's definitely damaging them, but they did just kind of get past it pretty easily. Oh shit, I breathed it in. Hurts me so good. The choke point was too strong. Also, I know that the doors closing on bad guys causes damage to them. Also, if it closes on me, it damages me too. Yeah, big sniff of the green poison shit, poison air. The hurt my lung air. Let's go up that way in a second. However, there was another fire door right on that side. Oh, maybe it all just kind of loops around. Let's continue this then. Oh, Jesus. What a mean place. Because I can't backpedal, so I'm committed. Yeah, you can't backpedal at that point. That's awful. Why do you do this to me, game? Why do you keep giving me this bullshit with the level design? God damn. Aggressively, like, Hard to avoid shit like that, man. I'm starting to see where people say that this game caused them some frustration compared to Heretic, which was so fucking good. Oh, lava? Oh, alright. Damn. Guess if you wanted, you could just go back up that way through the lava. Through the lava and the flames. I press a button, things happen, and I like, just, without even thinking, just start running away. And of course, I can't go back up very well. So if I wanted to explore the other path, I'd have to do this. Whoa! Oh, that's a lot of damage, wow. So if I wanted to explore more doors... Music to my ears. I don't know if any of these things will have stuff that I really care that much about, but I'd like to think they might have more supplies. Some peanut butter? Hell yeah. Peanut butter sandwich? Solid. It's peanut butter sandwich time. Oh. One of my grandfather's go-to snacks was just a spoonful of peanut butter. Like, he'd be like, man, I got a hankering, and peanut butter is just always good. Like, I feel like I at least partially inherited his love for all things peanut butter, because, like, yeah, it's, like, very much one of the family traits, and also the family, like, things we joke about. Just seeing him in the kitchen, it's like, yeah, just get a spoonful full of peanut butter. You know how it is. And he was not wrong. It's a solid snack. Not a lot of calories. It's, like, you know, a lot of like, positive properties about it, so it's, like, pretty harmless snack solution, I would say. Alright, so it's just those two doors, by the way, so let's go back this way then. Now that we've murdered bad guys. Peanut butter is dope, can confirm. It's one of my favorite, like, sweet and also savory, like, flavor, things. Like, things upon which a lot of flavors are used. So I love it a bunch. Toast instead of jam, yeah. I use peanut butter on, like, waffles. It's like a really easy go-to breakfast. Especially if I'm, like, having to drive to the office or, like, any kind of off-site location. Peanut butter on, like, 2 just toasted, you know, Eggo waffles is, like, a really easy and, like, pretty fulfilling breakfast. It's pretty, you know, low calorie, I think. You know, not overly fattening or any, you know, too many unsavory aspects about it. And, peanut butter is, like, you know, some protein, so it's not... It'll keep you full for a bit. So it's usually... I'm pretty good till lunchtime after 2 of those. Pretty nice. I like it a bunch. Hearing more monster noises. I see monsters. I have a lot of magic. I don't have to be stingy anymore. I can just blast the shit. It's pretty, yeah, it's pretty easy. Peanut, dust, and oil. There's not a lot to it. You're not wrong. That's the end level, I think. Let's explore around first and foremost. Nutella on a, yeah, if I'm doing a hashtag treat myself, I do Nutella. Although I haven't bought Nutella in a while. But Nutella is a delightful indulgence. Of course, it's, you know, high in sugar. It's not exactly healthy, but it's so good though. What about this side? Same story? No, different story. Enough. Oh, little thingy. Like thingies. Chaos device. Oh my. I like what I'm hearing. I don't know what it is, but I'm excited. Oop. Make sure I've explored all the stuff and gotten all the toys to play with. So there's a lot of them in this area. Also, apparently monsters to kill still. Oh, it's taking me out. That was usable. Or humpable, because I'm humping the doors. Eggo waffles? Yeah, they absolutely do, because those are the ones I usually buy. I mean, I could buy the generic brand stuff, but nah, man, I'm worth the name brand stuff. You know, that's what I tell myself, at least. You're worth the Eggo waffles, Alex. I was wrong. That is not the end of the level. Oh, shit. Oh, God. I was promised a level, and instead I was teleported to the torture zone. 7 portals. I think that's back in the main area. Oh, Jesus. Like that these guys are two-headed lizard minotaur things, and the shots that I'm firing have 2 little interlocking, twirly green particulates kind of swirling back, so it's like I'm using my 2-headed weapon to fire at the 2-headed beasts. Just a whole hallway lined with corpses. Just the way I like my hallways. Reminds me of my childhood. Hallways lined with corpses. So nostalgic. And so back to the main area. Oh, fuck, I gotta trounce through the lava, don't I? Unless there's another strat. But I get the feeling there probably is not. Save. And go fast. Go fast and eat ass. Whip, whip, whip. Good enough. Back to 2 AC, by the way, so not the best armor class. So he had his back to me. Only there were glory kills or something, so I could get a... like, snap his neck from behind or something. Oh, I want the green toys. Whoop. Ooh, almost overcommitted. Oh, I thought these were stairs. I'm still am leaning on those quite a lot, but we're not quite as dependent now. So I think it was this staircase over here, and it is. I can see already. Oh, I get it. The 7 portals. Yeah. Because there's 3 on this side, 3 on this side, and then 1 at the end. I get it. I get it now. So 4 full shots, or 8 individual shots. And it only casts 1 to cast the single double shot, which is nice. Oh, I've already pressed those. Okay. I guess it's the other side then. And the Guardian of Ice again. I don't like the Guardian of Ice. That guy's mean. Or those guys are mean. They're a bunch of meanies and they make me sad. Like the double hit noise. Like the splatter noise just overlaid upon itself. Oh boy. And that way I'm not having to spam too much of this. There we go, that's what I like to see. I'm gonna drag him over here. It's just not as effective, but it's still nice. This is all the monster noises I was hearing earlier, I think. Oh, shit. A lot of dudes in this very open area. I can try to, like, fuck him up from here. I'll be here for a minute. I almost wonder if I should try to, like, open the doors first. Can I shoot through that? Okay, you can, yeah. Yeah, I'm more concerned about the flying lads, the ranged lads. I guess it's actually easier to deal with them now because they're confined, so they can't move around as much. Versus if they were, like, hopping around. Bipping and bopping and zipping and zopping. So if I wanted to, how would I free you guys? Not that I really have a desire to do so. Also, I was informed there was something in the Guardian of Ice, and this is definitely not that. So let's come back here in a second. Let's explore the ice cavernous areas. Some more health. I think this is still a dead end, but let's find out. Actually, no, this isn't a dead end. It just teleports to an area we've already been to, I think. Oh, this is new. Ouch. Yeah, 4 of these things will topple these flying lads, these flyboys. Whoop. I like that they do some homing for us, which is nice. Makes my job a little bit easier when there's some definite auto aim that's happening, aim assist that's happening. I'm not above accepting such assistance. In there. It's very ominous. There's also stuff below, allegedly. No, I haven't saved in a minute. Let's go ahead and save for no reason at all. I'm not nervous at all. What do you mean? Of course not. Yeah, lad, I am a little bit nervous about what's happening here. Got his ass. Like, I killed him over the chasm, so he just dropped down. Surely something else opened up, right? That got him. Blue mana. I don't know what the point of that was. Like, it surely did something. I just don't know what it did. That is the one real downside of this era of gaming. One of the few downsides to this era of gaming, where you hit a switch, you hear a noise, and no message or like conveyance of what that just did. So you just have to figure it out. So it gets a little bit tricky, obviously, because sometimes it's very opaque. Let's back this way. So what the heck did I just do? We have some more friends over here. Oh, there's a lad I was shooting down there, apparently. We can always teleport back if we need to. And we've already been through this area, right? So we put that here. That's where we got the fire key. Flame key. Yeah, that's a dead end. I mean, Gabi did warn us this area is a little bit clunky. Okay, this is new. Well, it's not new, but it's modified. I need to save because I will die otherwise. Gabi did warn us. He's like, yeah, this area gets weird to navigate. And he was not wrong. That first level was pretty straightforward, and then it immediately throws us into the weird shit. Okay, well, I mean, we've been here. This is where we got another key earlier on. I was thinking the presence of bad guys meant there was something different. I see nothing different at all. Very samesies. Okay, well, let's just go back then. And unless there was something else here. Again, I like went through a whole... Oh, here we go. Maybe this is something different. Does this hurt him? Oh, he was getting hurt, clearly. So yeah, we did this thing. Oh, is there something there? Whoop. Oh, a new portal. Now, is this a whole new level? Whoa, that's cool. Kind of curious, actually. This is the whole new level. All right, actually, I'm gonna do this. I want to load back, and I want to go back to that big room again, because I'm curious about that big room. If it was just a big fight, then I don't care. But if it was like something of significance, then I want to go experience it. It's not the right way. Except now I have to remember how to get back there. But now we know. Now we know how to get to the end. So let's go back to the big room then. And I definitely know how to do that. Yes, sir. I definitely know how to get back to the big room. I think it'd just be this way, actually. Oh, there we go. So yeah, no other shenanigans here with the other little side areas. Oh, except this guy. There. Some friends here. I swear they just randomly like replenish their supplies sometimes. Like there'll just be an enemy in a place you've cleared out 1,000 times over, and there'll just be one dude for no reason, inexplicably. Yeah, we don't have to follow that. Just inexplicably, there'll be suddenly like one new lad, and it'll get me excited each time. I'll think like, oh cool, there's like something else that has spawned. It's like, nope, it's just the one bad guy. There's nothing else of significance here. Just the one lad. Back this way. The run button makes this so nice. Alright, so if I press the switchy right here. Oh, now we're cooking with gas. Yeah, choke point. Literal choke point. Oh, I love it. Music to my ears. That's correct, JD. Yeah, 9 a.m. our time, I think. I've got my alarm set. I mean, I'll be up for work anyway, but I'll be specifically keeping an eye out. And if I can manage it, I'm going to try to watch it while I'm working. And I will definitely be productive while I'm watching it. I definitely won't just watch the whole time. I'll be a good boy. I won't lose any productivity. I promise. I'll be a good boy. If there's any time I lose, I'll make up for it. Won't be able to think I'm a goober. Although I am a goober, just not in that way. Oh, stairway to the opposite of heaven. Heck, then. I just walk on this path. I could. Ouch. That is nice. Can they follow me up here, I wonder? What's this? T-pose. Segment of Wraith Verge. Sounds dope as hell. Should maybe save the green boys. Whoa. Whoa, shit. Oh, there's lads down below. So, fucking, like, bone stuff that I'm stepping on and zombified, impaled carcasses. This is, like, the Doom shit and Heretic shit that I definitely enjoy. Metal and brooding AF. Also, this... Oh, that's flying, I think. Yeah, it lets you fly for, like, a small amount of time. It's a question of how do I get that thing? There's more greeny boys. Okay. Ah. You show yourselves, foul beasts. Ouch. Let's not stand on the stairway to heck then while I'm being bamboozled by these boys. And their status of whether or not they're back in town. And they summon more dudes! Maybe they're resurrecting them. Or something else is resurrecting them. Like, maybe they just get brought back to life. Randomly. I hope that's not what's happening, but that was rather odd. They just kind of popped up suddenly. I got fine, I'll get close. That's how it's gonna be. So yeah, what was this segment I picked up just now? Something I can select. I'm guessing it's like a story item that maybe we needed it for whatever's going on there. Also, what's this? Combined mana. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. It's got some green juice now. And more lads. There they are. And yes, I will kill them, but I will come back for that portal. So that begs the question then, if you can get to map 4 without getting this MacGuffin, how required is it really? Or maybe you can just find more of them later on anyway. Because that's how it goes. It would go in Doom 1 and 2. You would, like, get the shotgun at the end of, you know, a certain level, some kind of level, you know, one specific level, and then you would find another of that same shotgun, you know, the next level in a different location. So 7 portals. Sealing the realm. Harsh wilderness stretches before you. Interesting. Yeah, we didn't get this. We hopped into the level 4 prematurely. Maybe I wasn't supposed to make that jump then, because again, no jump button. Greater challenges ahead, though. Dense tangle of forest ahead of you. Barren desert, dank swamps, and musty caverns. Nothing can keep us from our fate. Now, I'll admit, I have no idea what the story for this game is. I can hardly remember what the story for Heretic was, for that matter, either. But nobody plays Heretic, or Hexen, or even Doom for the story. Not the original games, at least. I do like this writing, though. Flickering in the distance, the ever-shifting walls of the... What is that word? Hypostyle? Seem to mock your every effort. I always like the writing for games like this. So now... Shadowwood. Oh man, we jumped way ahead. So maybe there's like branching paths then. Maybe there's branching paths, or maybe we later come back to map what we now know as map 4. Fascinating. Because I think this was like the canonical end of that level, I think. Maybe I need to do some book learning about this, though. Like, look online to see if there's a generally accepted like path to follow for certain character playthroughs. I know there's different weapons for different classes, but I don't know if the story is different at all, or the overall playthroughs. There we go. Now I have a 183. I probably don't have to be stingy about this. I'm more worried about them reflecting my shots back at me. Hypostyle is a roof supported by columns instead of walls. That makes sense. We see a lot of those here. Have a good night, Jim. Thanks for playing. Thanks for joining in, my dude. Thanks for playing. Thanks for playing along. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you, bud. I know it is getting late. I'm probably gonna wrap up fairly soon as well. 1 a.m. approaches fast, my friends. It always does. The darn doodliest things. But I'm enjoying this, even though there was some very bullshit level design in the previous level. I am enjoying this so far, and it is scratching a retro shooter itch that I never really fully get scratched. Like, I'm always down for more of this type of style of game. We, of course, played through Kerr a few weeks ago, and that was also fun. That was more retro revival, more of a modern retro quote-unquote shooter. And it was awesome, but nothing quite hits like the classics, man. Like especially the classics I never played, such as this one. Better late than never, though. That's what I tell myself. Now, is this pain water? Nope. If I'm hands-free, it even takes us for a little ride. Whoa. Do I want to follow this? What's the worst that could happen? Hey, green magic. Very nice. I see some more lads shooting stuff at us, as they are known to do. This means we're getting a new weapon. Whoa, pretty soon, probably. What if I can cause infighting? You know, cause them to shoot each other and cause revenge to happen. That'd be pretty sweet. There goes one of them. Oh, one thing I need to do real quick. Forgot to add the points for this earlier. When GV rated us, it was 49. Real quick while I'm thinking of it. It'd be 81? Yeah, 81. Oh, no, 71. I promise I can arithmetic correctly. There we go. Boop. Okay, back to it. You know, what I would give for some kind of splash damage weaponry right here. Is that guy bigger than the other ones, or is that just perspective? It might just be the perspective, actually. Got big heads. Not to make them feel self-conscious. I'm not trying to bully them, I promise. I am curious, though, what these things do. I'm just kind of hoarding them, but I haven't really tried to see what they do. I guess I could look them up, too, but... Part of me just wants to throw caution to the wind and just start pressing buttons and see what happens. That skybox and like the backgrounds. Oh, I love it, man. Old schoolness is just dripping with class and like style. Splat. I knew there was more. There's never just one of them. I can crouch, but should I crouch? Oh, never mind the game. Whoa! The game is being obstinate in that sense. Can't say I blame it. It almost has PlayStation buttons, or, yeah, button logos on an X and triangle. Almost. Oh, that tree kind of freaked me out. Oh, armor, nice. Platinum helmet. Now, I don't know how strong platinum is for armor, but it sure looks pretty. I like these. They look like a D20 almost. Wonder if that's intentional. Combined mana. What's this? Green mana. Oh, it's like a, I guess, a stronger or more dense green mana particulate. So we're almost getting full already. We don't have a green mana weapon yet. I don't know if these can give anything, but I've played enough Zelda games to know I should break everything I see. See some more lads. I hear the owl noises. It's a lot of lads, too. Oh, you're not dead. Okay, I counted 4 shots thinking that would do it. Maybe it's more than 4. Maybe the previous measurement was off. Maybe I was testing with the bad guy that was already wounded. Oh, I thought that was a bad guy too. Statues, the gargoyles. Whenever I hear myself say gargoyle, I sometimes start to imagine somebody being like, I don't know what the accent would be, but the voice that talks like this, and instead of saying girls, they say goyles. Like, I don't know what the voice is, what the accent is, but I think of like gargoyles. Boys and girls, time to get ready. Like, I don't know. I have this like certain kind of voice in my head, like that style of speaking that like enters my brain sometimes when I hear the right word in the right context. Maybe I'm just fucking weird. That is also possible. I'm just going to assume I'm gonna want to have those green potions ready. We're exploding some buttholes. Oh god, there's 2 of them. They're back to back. They're like striking a pose. Look at this dude. He's like action pose. The minute I shoot, they will both become activated. Oh, never mind. Oh, there we go. Oh, never mind. I thought they were both gonna pop out, but there's no popping or outing. Well, I measured it perfectly too. Oh yeah. Now that's a dart trap just waiting to happen. So I'm afraid. No, I can't do anything else. Guess I'll tread carefully. I'll try to be careful. Maybe that's where I'm like thinking I heard it at some point. Because I don't know if I've ever like watched Jerry Lewis, but that might have been the origin of this voice character thing. And I'm just like repeating it without knowing that's where I heard it from. Or someone else referenced it at one point. I just heard it from them. It wouldn't surprise me. That death animation is very satisfying. Watch them just explode. It's tearing them to shreds. And none of these do nothing. At least not right now. Oh boy, this is a happening place. Let's put one of those down for no reason. No reason, just a nice little choke point. You know how it is. Ah! Woo! Woo! Not a lot of room to maneuver, but it's enough. I haven't saved in a second. Let's go and do that now. this place is scary. Oh, really? You launch fireballs now? That's what's up? That's what's on the streets? Well, I like this guy. He knows what's up. Oh. I was gonna say, I want to shoot this guy instead. He's much more interesting. Ah! Auto aim sometimes doesn't do me any favors. Other times it's fine. There, there's a couple hits. I'm kind of wasting ammo though, aren't I? Dragon skin bracers. I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that those like up your AC. Let's see if that's correct. They do. They raise it to 6. I wonder if 6 is the maximum actually. So I should probably only use them when I'm low on AC and not just, you know, spam the crap out of them like I want to. I'm gonna just take care of these guys because I know they will snipe me from afar if I don't. A little bit annoying, but there we go. We got it taken out. It's like spike traps or something. They don't seem to be doing anything. Let me smack them to see if they explode. What was a smart idea, Alex? This is a loud room, too. I'm just noticing it's like very busy. So none of these are switches, even though they look like they might be. Check that door in a second. Oh. What? Uh-oh. Oh, darts. That's what it is. Yep, that's what it is. Freaking dart trap, man. As if there wasn't enough bullshit happening here. Oh, we saw this earlier. Yeah, that's the same room we came from earlier. Okay, so we knew it was a dart trap from afar. Oh, are you kidding me? All right. So let's go ahead and complete the circle. Let's see if anything happens when we reach the other side. Save real quick, because I know I'm going to get bodied real bad. Alright, so after all that, we're back out here. To what gain? I do not know. Lost a lot of AC as well. Okay, so we dropped down there last time. Can I go this way? Oh, here we go. This is exciting. What's up, Dan? Good to see you, bud. Playing Hexen. This is my first time playing this game. We played Heretic about 2 years ago, and I really, really liked it. And I've always wanted to, like, delve more into this kind of, like, series of Heretic Hexen games, so it's been on my list for a while. Liking it so far, although we're still pretty early on. Some tough levels and some, like, tough level design so far. I'm playing it through GZDoom, so I am, you know, obviously you got the mouse and keyboard controls, I can crouch, I can jump, so you can cheese some parts of it, you know, a little bit easier, obviously, so it's not a fully authentic experience, but it is still enjoyable so far. I can't hit him from here. But now I can hit him. Except those guys block the path. Well, fine. I don't want to fight him anyway. It just drops back down. Okay, so there's nothing of worth here. What about dropping down? Oh, new weapon, I think. Very nice. How's the experience? So far, so good. Yeah, I am enjoying it. New weapon. That is pretty cool. It's this. Is this just the spell Burning Hands? I guess Burning Hands in like 3rd edition, 4th edition. Well, definitely 3rd edition of Pathfinder. It's like a cone shape. Pretty dope though. But I'm liking it so far though, Dan. It's good. It's challenging. Oh, that was cool. Challenging, but in a good way, of course. Like, for instance, just where to go next. Let's go back to the main area from earlier. Oh, can't jump? Okay, never mind. Go this way. The more open areas. I'm sure there was, like, other open spots to check out. Oh, unless that's open suddenly. Like, was that not open earlier? That is pretty sick. I like that a lot. That's pretty dope. Oh. It just, like, knocked me away. It's like, go down there. Yeah, we're very speedy. We have a nifty, sprint button, or just a run button, which is really nice. In fact, I shouldn't be using this weapon on these guys. These guys are too weak. Let's use the basic shooter. But yeah, like, just like the movement that we have right now is just the default walking motions. But then you hold shift and suddenly it's like I'm launching around. God, they warned us about shifting walls and such. They weren't wrong. And I haven't saved in a second, so let's go ahead and save again. I have a lot more green mana though, so I guess I should use this for a while. It just seems very strong. The urn over there. Costs 4 to cast, or it costs 4 to cast a single one of these. Let's back up. It's a portal there. It's like the big baddie that keeps taunting us in between levels. Back for a bit. Let's explore a bit. Got the shiny jump button. I guess I might as well use it. Whoop. Very labyrinthine. Yeah, I'm liking it so far, but it is a challenge for sure. The previous level was really wild with all the different places you had to go and different things to keep track of. Just really hard to navigate. And there was a couple just bullshit areas where they would spawn you into like a teensy little area with no room to navigate and give you like 3 of those Minotaur lads. And it's like, dude, what am I supposed to do other than just get pulped to giblets? So sometimes it's really tough, but it's a good challenge. And I like this style of, you know, kind of unforgiving, but still very much enjoyable retro shooters. Whoa, overcommit. Oh, okay, I didn't die. Like, I don't know how much of this is a death pit. Like, that's a death pit, obviously. Oh, here we go. Whoa. Did I do it good? I'm scared. Hold me. It's like I'm afraid to move because I'm worried I'm going to step onto or under something that will yeet me into the sky or squish me into pulpy giblets like earlier. It happened in one of the earlier levels. I think that's how we got here. Is it kind of kicked us into this room and said good luck. And then there was a path over here that we saw, and then that's when I turned around and said, no, I want to explore. Perhaps foolishly so. Was it this one? Yes, because there's the portal. There's this guy. I take the portal or the elevator? Portal. Autosave. Interesting. Oh, new enemies. Or a new palette swap of an existing enemy. And they get bodied. Dude, Burning Hands, or whatever this is called, is nutty. What was it that I got? Called, so I know what to call it. My servants smell your blood, human, it says. Dragon skin no, not dragon skin bracers. Firestorm. Firestorm is what this is. Pretty sick. Ah! There we go. Also, I gotta say, I am a sucker for how this game's called this area like a forest, like a labyrinthine dark forest. And it's like, yeah, here's some gnarled, twisted trees, and yeah, here's like a wall of green blobs, and like you just take it on. You take it take the game for its words. Like, yeah, this is a forest, sure, but I kind of like this, you know, low poly, not even low poly, just this low fidelity aesthetic of the game, saying, "Oh, trust us, it's a forest," and it kind of has that certain charm to it. I like this kind of vibe a lot, and I harkens back to a simpler time, obviously. At a time, and I didn't even play this game back in the day. It took me a long time to get around to playing Doom 1 and Doom 2 and Quake 1 and those kinds of games. So it's not like I'm nostalgic per se, but I just like this aesthetic, this presentation. It's like not a personal nostalgia. Can I cause violence against these bats? I drop down. I see lads. Lads just deserving a spanking. Super Metroid, same kind of deal. Yeah, Super Metroid's really good. I played that for the first time ever last year, actually. Now, you might think to yourself, Alex, what the hell? Yeah, it took me a long time. I played through Fusion, Metroid Fusion, and I played through Metroid 2 on the Game Boy, original Metroid 2. But I never did play Super Metroid until last year. It took me 31 years to get around to that game, but I finally did it. And it was very good. It was very good. I'd seen, like, speedruns of it. I've watched other people play it, so it wasn't... You know, I guess the drama of, like, the reveals in that game were kind of lost on me, but it was still fun. I bet if I would have played it as a kid, I would have adored it. And I still adore it now, but, like, I see why people say it's, like, one of their favorite games ever, because, yeah, it holds up. Really solid game. Or the green juice. Give me the juice. Dude, this spell is disgusting, and I love it. It's got AoE. It's pretty accurate. It's kind of expensive. Fighting. Yeah, infighting. It's expensive to use, but man, it's juicy. Love it. Yeah, Super Metroid's great, and I'm looking forward to Dread. Are you excited for Dread, Dan? Because I mean, I'm trying not to like get too hyped, because you know you never know. But the little that I've let myself watch, I'm pretty excited by it. I'm trying to like intentionally not watch too much because I don't want it spoiled. But from what I've seen, I am very encouraged. And of course, in the background, they're also working on Metroid Prime 4, presumably, which is exciting. Speaking of which, I need to replay through the original Metroid Prime and its subsequent sequels. A lot of games I want to play, man. There's just not enough time in the day. Holy crap! Some people need to stop making all these good damn games. It's really good. Yeah, I really want to go and play through more Metroid games because I loved Fusion, loved Metroid Prime 1. Like I said, Metroid Prime 2 was also pretty cool. Or Metroid 2, for that matter, was enjoyable, though I think if I were to play it again, I would just play the 3DS kind of remake, because I've heard that's very good. This is a very empty... Let's keep exploring. But yeah, there's a lot of Metroid games that I want to play, or even replay, because I think in the case of Fusion, I would just maybe stream, like, playing through it again for old time's sake. Metroid Fusion, of course, has some narrative things that not everybody loves, but I feel like my opinion's pretty positive. Those are the best ones, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. There's a lot of games I missed out on the first time that I want to get around to. This being one of them. Like I said, I missed this one and Heretic way back when. But better late than never. Ooh, lots of these things. That's good. I spam these a lot. This thing is so good. 4 energy, and it just deletes these things health bar. Love it. Now that is that the end of the level? I don't think it is necessarily. I said one of them was, but I was mistaken. Let's see what this leads us to. No, we've definitely been here before. Oh, it's saying like that's the receptacle then. I think that takes us out of this region then, if I go this way. This is the portal, that is. You liking it so far, Dan? That's good. Yeah, I'm liking this a lot as well. So far, I might be a little bit partial to Heretic, personally, but I'm still digging it. I know there's also a Heretic 2 and then a Hexen 2. And of course, in the case... Okay, yeah, let's back to here then. I'm gonna explore out here one more time. Make sure I didn't miss anything obvious. But yeah, there's a Heretic 2 and a Hexen 2. And, you know, of course, I'll get to those as well eventually. It's too many gosh darn good games I want to play, man. It's too much. And of course, lots of retro revival shooters. Games that, you know, were inspired by games like this, like Amid Evil and Dusk. And of course, then there's the newer Doom games, which I've heard are quite good as well. Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, both awesome games by all accounts. So problem is all these good games keep coming out. They need to just stop making good games for a while. Let me get caught up, man. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, the bodies stay behind, which is kind of cool. And there's a couple places in the previous level rather, where there were these narrow hallways like this one, and there were so many bad guys that were dead previously. And actually, does this hurt me? I gotta find out. No, it does not. That's awesome. But anyway, yeah, lots of dead bodies like littering these hallways, and they were really thin, narrow hallways. It's like, how do you step with confidence without tripping over dead bodies constantly? This is crazy. The horn key, very nice. I'm very horny for the horn key. That's it. Kind of fell on its face a little bit with that joke. Yeah, the Minotaur lads. Yeah, the big boys are big, beefy, chunky lads. These guys are like fucking poison-spitting alien lads. Their big horns and their projectile attacks. Very menacing. Yeah, boss battles? That's a good question, because I think in Heretic, there weren't any real... Let me think about this. I don't think there were any, like, legit boss battles in Heretic. There were just, like, big rooms with lots of enemies. And they had Minotaurs. The Minotaurs had, like, they would strike the ground with their maces, and it would cause a shockwave that could get you from the distance. So they were hard to deal with, but they weren't bosses, per se. They were just, like, you know, scary bad guys. And the last final battle, final boss, quote-unquote, was just, like, a room with, like, 8 of them. And that was kind of disappointing, honestly. I wonder if this game will have legit boss battles. Would be not opposed at all. And still so much juice. Although I'm going to switch to the blue stuff for a while because we have lots of the... We have more of that, rather. So this leads to the door, I think? Oh, this leads to new things. And this is a dead end by some accounts. Do I get a map? I do get a map. Oh, that's so nice. All right, that's good to know. Oh, that's so useful. All right, that's going to come in handy because I'm going to get lost. Sometimes you don't get a map for a game like this. That is very merciful. We've already been here. Pretty great. Yeah, because I'm already getting myself kind of twisted and turned around. I heard more bad guys spawning in just now. Ooh, a little secret. Oh, very nice. We saw this earlier. We saw this earlier, and I tried to, like, crawl underneath it, and I could not. Yeah, for a game like this, yeah, it would be pretty tough. We're playing another game similar to this game, kind of, sort of. It was like more of a retro revival shooter, so it's a newer game, but with older game sensibilities. It's called Kur, K-U-R, and it's on Steam, and it's very good. One of the downsides with that game is that it had no mini-map, so I would get lost sometimes, and it was challenging, but this one is being very generous with the mini-map. Although I guess that's like a Doom engine thing, so maybe that's nothing they had to do manually. Just baked into the game, more or less. Whoa, hello. Use the burning hands. Firestorm for these lads. Don't mess around. Ouch. I has to, like, hit them directly to cause the splash to ham it. There we go. The splash damage. Oh, a key. I bet that's the horn key that I was horny for. The horn key because it's guarded by these horned beasts. Oh, it's the cave key. Horn key is later. Can I break these? I cannot. Back to the blue magic for a bit. I draw them to me. The poison cloud. I can. Well, for a minute, he walked through it. It still kills him. It's not quite as efficient, but it's still good. Welcome to the poison. There we go. The poison grenades that I'm dropping. Yes, sir. Although they don't... It's not always a guaranteed win, but it's pretty helpful. Especially when these choke points... Literally choke points, because we're choking them with poison gas. These choke points can really come in clutch. Those grenades. I don't know if they're grenades, but the poison that we're dropping. Yeah, the game does give you a lot of good skills and a lot of good tools, which is really useful. So it's like trying to suss out what's the right tool for the job, what's the right skill to use. And I imagine that's going to become extra tricky because, unlike Heretic, Hexen, I think, only gives you a few ammo types. So if you look at my little hotbar on the bottom center of the screen, we have the blue magic and the... It's a trap. Oh, crap, I haven't saved in a while. Oh, no. Is that my last save? 104. Actually, no, I've saved after that. Up here, 104, this one. Nope, not that one. And I hadn't saved in a minute, had I? Yeah, that's okay. It wasn't too bad. We still have the firestorm. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful about those traps, man. Because that's a trap where it's like, oh, here's some armor. Walk up to it with an instant crush. But anyway, yeah, so you can see in the bottom part of my screen there, you only have 2 different ammo types. And presumably we're gonna have a lot of weapons. So we're gonna have a lot of weapons and spells that eat from the same kind of ammo or mana type. So we'll have to be careful about, like, knowing the right tool for the job. And it won't be based... And we'll have to be careful about, like... I don't want to use too much green ammo, because green ammo I need for this level, or for this boss, or for this enemy type. And I need that because this level has a lot of those, so I have to, like, be mindful of that usage. It's like you have those kinds of instances where you gotta be very careful. It's also kind of dark in here, isn't it? Hopefully you guys can see okay. Yeah, what happened there? Yeah, usually armor doesn't kill you. Usually. Unless it's the good shit. Yeah, usually armor's a good thing, not a murder thing. Oh, hello. Scrunch under there? No, I cannot. Whoa, hello. Yeah, get him. That noise is music to my ears. I'm getting got by the poison. Yes, sir. I gotta be careful, though, because that poison can get me as well. Yeah, gaggle these boys. These boys and them being back in town. There we go. Of course, we've explored a lot of this earlier, but when I died, that reset our progress, and I'm trying to remember where things were. That cave key is going to be, well, a key, part of our next place to go. Let's grab this real quick, and I want to keep exploring that. Actually, let's go back real quick. I'm kind of curious where this is leading. Do you recover health? Yes. So there's the little potions. Here we go. There's the horn key. There's potions you can acquire. The little blue vials I pick up sometimes. They restore, I think, 10 health each. Also, you can pick up, like the blue boys over here. These guys right here. So I'm at 94 life. Well, bam, up to 100. But I can't go past 100. You also get these little purple potions you can find. The purple potions, like the one I have selected right now, are you don't like pick them up and use them instantly. They're the kind of potions where you pick them up, you hold on to them, and at will you can just press enter to use one and you will heal 25 health. So they're better and they're more efficient, and you can carry up to 25 of them, but they're pretty rare. So it's good to hoard them when you can, especially for boss battles and the hard situations. Yeah, there's a number of ways, thankfully. The fact that you get healing potions you can grab and, like, use on the fly is pretty nifty. Oh, they're infighting. Nice. I like when that happens. They're fighting each other. And the big guy's gonna win. Oh, he didn't. Wow. Oh, because the poison was getting him. That's why. Because, yeah, when the infighting happens, just like in Doom 1, when infighting happens, you can just let them, duke it out, and whoever wins is weaker. You get to smack them down next. It's pretty nifty. Nice. Whoop. So I can't jump on that. If you ever hear me walk up to something and make that noise, it means I'm pressing the use button because I'm looking for any secrets. It's always weird because in Doom and Quake, it sounds like you're just humping things. Like I'm just humping the wall. They're like farts. They really are. They really do look like farts, and they're green and they're smelly and they cause lungs to rupture, just like a really good fart can as well. And this, from what I can tell, is a dead end, so let's go back. Trying to suss out where that one scary place was. That's a dead end. A place with a helmet. But again, I gotta get that cave key, because that's gonna be a big one. Also, I don't know if the map tells us where we have and have not been, so I'm just gonna have to do some explorification to find out for sure. That's okay. Back to the Burning Hands for a bit. Should I save? Yeah, you're probably right. I probably should. Just every so often, so that we're locked in, and I can't possibly screw myself out of more stuff. That's a little bit sus. Let's go this way, though. I've already been here before, as evident by the presence of dead bodies. But there's more bad guys. That's a good sign. Splat. Yeah, it happens to all of us, too. Especially in games like this, where there is auto-saving, but not a ton of it. You gotta be careful. Save early and save often. It's a mantra me and my friends all repeat to ourselves and each other. Not be overstated. That's where we came from, for anybody curious. We came from that area with that bridge, so this is the next way forward, methinks. Dead end? No, not a dead end. This big chasm that is surely leading to an instant death if I were to fall down into it. Let's not do that, if I can help it. Keep hearing monster noises, so... Oh, here we go. Let's go this way. The dead end? Yes. We're back into this area. I'm already getting turned around. Oops. Always a little bit tricky. Oh, here we go. Oh, I can't go that way. Unless... Yeah, I can't go that way. Not yet, at least. So it's like, you don't want to just look at only the map. You want to obviously mix it up because the map doesn't tell you the full story. Doesn't have a way of conveying the third dimension very well. Go up. This is a dead end. There's one path I missed. Like one left turn at Albuquerque I missed that is the key to all this, I bet. It's the horn door. Again, more scary, mysterious monster noises in the distance. They're foreboding. I think that just leads to where we came from, didn't it? Pretty sure it did. Yeah, let's go back. It almost looks like there's a hidden thing here, based on what's on the map there. Yeah, same thing here. It's like there's something here underneath us. It's tough. This big open area. I bet we have to do something to get to the bottom or raise it up in some way. We had this earlier too, and I goobered it up by getting squished by that skull, or the armor rather, the armor trap. Now we know about it, but like, how are you supposed to know about it until it happens? What was the conveyance to know that that was scary? So sometimes these games are unforgiving. Is it down here? Well, that is nice. I don't know if it's what I need, but it's what I like. It's more armor. And ammo, for that matter. Now, more bad guys have spawned. It's a very nice thing that our own firepower doesn't hurt us in this one particular case. Like, that is not usually the case. Usually that stuff will just literally give you friendly fire. Actual friendly fire. That's where we dropped down just now. Cave key area was like where it all... Oh, is this it right here? I bet this was it. Rot horror. Drop one of these. Oops. I'm just gonna let them languish in the poison I have dropped into their shit. Dropped into their home zone. Very nice. So yeah, this is the path, and I need to remember general area just kind of east of that open spot. There's the key. Ouch. I need to be careful. Next time I see a nice and inviting looking armor helmet thing, I need to be careful before I just accept it with no consideration, with no scrutiny, because we all know what it leads to. It leads to a big squish. We don't like those. We don't like the big squishes. Go down this way. In fact, I think this opened up some areas, because, like, yeah, this was closed off previously. It was either me dropping down or going up. Ouch. Choke point. Yeah, it was all, I think you're right. I think it was all locked off. Except for that one entrance that we found. Their screams of anguish are music to my ears. There we go. This is getting familiar. There it is. There's the trap that got us last time. All right, so a few things. I'm going to save. Also, the curiosity is getting the better of me. I want to drop down to this little secret spot. Ouch. Oh, we're in this room. Ah, never mind. That's lame. Okay, that's a shortcut, I guess, to get back to where we came from, but yeah, I don't really care about that quite as much. Hello? Saw this. This is where that one dude was standing up here. There's some green potions over there. Alright, so I'm gonna go fast. Oh, interesting. I was just unlucky. Oh, I see. Alright, so there's just not, like, unless you're looking at when that happens, you might not notice that wall was collapsing. So if I go real fast, whoop, nope, you still die. So I think you can't get it unless you go fast. Nope. Damn. Yeah, how do you get that? Maybe you have to use, like, an ability to, like, bring it to you or something. Oh. All these, like, spires and stalactites. Or actually, these are stalagmites, the ones on the ground. The device I always use to remember stalactites versus stalagmites is that for stalagmites, they are on the ground and you might trip on one. That's how you remember that one. And then stalactites cling tightly to the ceiling. So it is a very fun and universal mnemonic device that I myself did not come up with. I can't take credit for it. As it's, like, getting even closer down. Maybe I have to, like, do something else to, like, open it or something? There's a path there. What is this, pray tell? Swamp key? So there's, like, a whole smorgasbord of keys to acquire. Ride the wave. I can just, like, go hands-free. Although, if I do that, I'll fall down. I don't think I want to fall down yet. I know where that brings us. I don't want to mess with it yet. Like that the swamp key looks like the swamp thing. But that is kind of cool when you're in the water. Ride it all down. G for ground, have C for ceiling. That's good too. Yeah, there's a couple of, like, really clever mnemonic devices out there, but that's a good one too, Ogasso. Some big brain shit right there, man. Love it. Let's go ahead and go through this little wooden path. It's like constructed thing. Whoa. Oh, they're bats. I thought that was a fucking, like, invisible dude, and I got scared. Good lord, I thought that was like a fast, oh, what is it? Archvile. I thought it was like an archvile or something. So it looks skinny and fast and scary. So dropping down, I suppose. Alright, so let's do this. Save again. And this. By all accounts, is as far as this path goes, I guess. Now we're back here, of all things, of all places. I actually haven't found a place to use the cave key, but maybe that happens back here, now that we have the cave key. There's the area for the horn key and the swamp key. Oh my. What's this? Porculator? What the hell? What is a porculator, pray tell? Oh, I just noticed when I found a piece of something from the previous level, one half of my UI on the bottom center of the screen is filled in. There's like the little claw piece that is not filled in, so I guess we're gonna have to keep our eyes out for that as well. It's pretty cool. So this thing, yeah. Do I want to use it now or do I want to wait? I have no idea. The fact that it was so well hidden probably means it's something very special. So it's a single-use thing of some variety. I might actually just look up online what some of these things do, because I only have one of a few of them. Like, I know the armor bracers, they give you just +4, I think, to your armor class for a while. The torch eliminates certain areas, the purple stuff heals, the green stuff is a weapon, obviously. I think the urn makes you invincible, maybe? And I think the chaos emblem, like, kills bad guys, and I don't know what that one does, though. Yeah, so there's a lot I could stand to get learnt upon. For now, let's go back to the green potions, though. They're unique, but yeah, they are. It's a unique challenge for sure. We're back here now. This event takes us back to the primary area. Oh, okay, that's kind of nice. You can just go back down. Here we are once again. This thing just makes short work of all baddies. So I can't open that up. The doors have calmed their titties down, though, because they were blasting us with fireballs earlier. So no more titty blasting fireballs for us, then. My tits shall remain perfectly intact, just as they should be. Just as they deserve. Except... oh, here we go. The initial hit and then the splash damage. So good, man. So good. So I can drop down. I guess we'll have to just look for a cavernous area where the cave door would be used. This is more towards the beginning of the level. Oh, I mean, sure. Yeah, it's like if it's a direct hit and then the area of effect stuff gets them, then it's a single shot. But if they escape the AoE damage, like the fire that blasts around, then they can escape the damage and they're like one hit away from death. This is where we spawned, isn't it? Where the level began? Where it all began. Alright, I've got an idea. It's either that little path we just saw. I'm gonna save because this is gonna be instant death if I'm not careful. Oh, the fire doesn't... oh, the fire actually hangs in the air. That's kind of nice. I thought it would, like, immediately hit the ground, but it actually hangs in the air. Yeah, this spell is crazy. I love it. Crazy good. Is that a bad guy? It do be that way. Oh, whoa, whoa, easy, 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 easy. It'd be nice. We can be gentlemen about this. Whoa! Oh, there's a bad guy down here in the lava. What are you doing down here, dude? It's not a place for bad guys to be. It's not a place for good guys to be either, apparently. These guys are sneaky because they like to pop in and out in all corners of the air, so I gotta be careful. Usually I just do the quick load after I fall down, but it's like, yeah, I haven't seen the fall down animation in a while. It is kind of fun. What's up here? Before he could get to me. Very good. Yeah, sometimes you don't even have to jump. You just have to, like, hold the run button. And just, like, stop on a dime. Now, what did that do? Let's find out together, friends. Actually, what if I just hold shift and just go fast? Right, so that takes us here. Back in the beginning with some new friends. And try to block my shit. And it will work to a degree. This thing kind of like fucks him up real good like, and I kind of like it a bunch. A little bit a bunch. So look at all these toys, my goodness. Yeah, it's really nice, like, just holding shift. Like, wow, you move so fast. And that's, again, that's like the run button. Even like the default movement is pretty fast. Although that's like a calling card of the original Doom games. Even Quake to a degree at least. Just had very fast, rapid movement, so it was more, always felt more arcadey. It's not very realistic, but it is very entertaining. This ends here, and we can't open that yet. Can we go up here? We can. We did earlier, but there was nothing here. Except bad guys to roast. So I'm gonna roast them. Actually, since we're full on the blue ammo, we'll use that instead. So yeah, we will eventually need to come back here, I think. Dude, it's so good, man. It's so good, Gabi. Gabi, what was your go-to class when you played this back in the day? Because you can probably tell I'm playing as Cleric. My understanding is that, my intel, rather, tells me that the 3 classes have different weapons. So the second weapon that the Cleric gets is different from the second weapon that the Fighter gets, and the Mage, that kind of thing. I'm liking the Cleric so far. Cleric and Mage were pretty good. Was Fighter, like, too easy? Because I remember I looked online and some people were saying Fighter's kind of boring because of the lack of magic. I don't know how true that is necessarily, because it seems like they would still have cool abilities and cool weapons, but it's, like, not as flashy, because magic's cool as hell. More lads. Ouch. Now, I don't have to do this because I've got plenty of ammo. But I just saw the choke button and I got excited. He's not falling for it. There he goes. I just like doing it. Duping them with the poison. The lightning ability is pretty sweet. Fighter's just all melee. I was assuming that the Fighter got some kind of rage thing eventually, because if this game is all melee, this would be a really hard game to all melee-ify. Because people were saying that he has good defense and good speed and good like physical strength, obviously. And I would hope that, like, for an instance like this, he would have some way of dealing with bad guys, because otherwise, yeah, when something doesn't close the gap. My. Oh, did that just impale this dude? Holy shit. That's brutal. Look at that, his intestines over. God damn, what the hell happened there? Spiked that fucking dude. Oh, it's just, I think that's just emblematic of, like, there being traps around here. The game's trying to warn us. There we go, I got him. Yeah, so I want to watch this go down, man. Last 2 weapons. Oh, okay, yeah. So it takes a while to get, like, the good shit for the Fighter then. Yes, those spikies are brutal, apparently. Oh, there's a chalice over there. The Goblet of Purple Drank. The Goblet of Pepto-Bismol. That's a nice touch, too. When it kills something, it gets bloodied. I want to watch a dude get fucking obliterated by these things, though. Played it when you were younger, yeah. Yeah, this would be a game that I don't think I would have had the patience for as a kid. This game is hard on mouse and keyboard. I bet on console it's fucking infuriatingly difficult. This would kick the shit out. I mean, it is kicking the shit out of me now, but it would extra kick the shit. It would kick the extra shit out of me. It would give me a second ass and then kick the shit out of both of them simultaneously. Had I tried this when I was younger. I want to get the chalice, but I also want to not get exploded by spiky poles. It looks like I'll have to. Alright, so let's save. No idea what to expect. You like it though? Yeah, it is good. I like it a lot. Especially for those who like the retro shit. Let's see if I can find a way to get up there. Oh, that's how we got here. Never mind. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, okay. Right-hand corner. So I thought this is where I came from, and I got confused. There we go. Just so satisfying landing a good shot with this thing. So good, man. It's also worth noting that I think Heretic had this as well. The ends of the levels and the beginnings of the like the end of one level and the beginning of one level of the next level is a skeleton. Oh, I thought it was a skeleton. I was so excited. The end of one level and the beginning of the next level is not as explicitly stated. So like sometimes a teleport is just a teleport. Other times it's like the next level beginning. So I find it interesting that like I have no idea what to expect. Like we could be almost done with this level. It's unlikely since we have like several things we're looking for. We could have all kinds of crazy shit awaiting us. I bet that's the cave. Oh, well, maybe not. Maybe this one, if that's where we use the cave key. Is this a rock? Yeah, it is. Is a broken endgame weapon? I remember when I looked online, some people were saying that, yeah, like there are some endgame weapons that are just bananas for certain classes. Apparently, Mage gets some pretty cool shit too. And I was actually really tempted to just pick Mage, but some folks were saying that Mage is really tough for first-time players, so I was like, well, we'll start simple. Whoop. More interesting things. I see like a little purple pair of boots over there. You just avoid the rock piles. You won't get spiked in the butt. I like to avoid butt spikes if I can help it. Oh my. More bros over there. This is a large area. And again, looking for the spikies. Beginning weapons are awful though. Yeah, that explains it, I think, because it sounded like people were saying that, yeah, like he gets some fun stuff, but like it's really tough starting out. And I think for like a first-time player, this game is already pretty difficult. So I imagine that would be a deterrent. Where it's like, you know, if you want to play this game, Sorcerer or Mage rather is good for if you've already played the game and you kind of know what to expect. But for a first-time player, it might be overwhelming. So I think, oh shit, I'm getting low on this juice. Let's use this juice instead. Oh my god. There's like so many places to look. Their urn. Do you remember what the urn does, Mr. Gobby? Because we got the urn, we have two of those. The torch, I think I know what it does. Lights the area. The bracers give you like +4 AC. And there's these two emblems as well. Then the little porky buddy. The little golden piggo friend. Thinking I mean, I guess I could just try using them to see what happens, but I'd be more curious just to know ahead of time before I waste them. It's to earn. I thought the same thing actually when I saw it the first time, Whale. That's like, my brain went to the exact same place. Is this to earn? The run? It's flying ability. Oh, interesting. I did see another one that had a little skull with wings. I thought that was flying. But pigs flying, you know, when pigs fly is... Like, I see where they're going, so I could totally see that as well. I think this is a dead end of sorts. Does this just loops? Well, dead end. It does loop around. Here we go. Evidence that I've not been here yet. Alright. So we'll try that in a second. That loops around as well. Curious about this chalice, though, and the other boots we saw earlier. Yeah, don't blame me if you haven't played in a long time, which I'm sure it's probably the case, because this is an old game. Give the shield. Just drop the shield. Just do it. There we go. Also, it is getting pretty late. I should be wrapping up pretty soon here. I was hoping to find, like, the obvious... Oh, here's where, like, the cave door is. Like, that kind of thing. So I could, like, kind of save right in front of that, and then we can jump into it next time. Oh, there's the chalice. There's this light as well. Now, before I commit to picking that up, maybe that's where we'll end it, actually, is like, right before I pick up the chalice. There's also this path here. I bet this leads to the other thing that we saw, the boots. Boots, no goofing. No goofing. Oops.
I'm just goofing. New boot goofing.
That's right, no boot goofing. Too young to understand it. Yeah, that's the thing too. It's like knowing me, I would either just hoard them and never use them, or I would use them and then forget, because there's a lot of things and it's easy. And some of them look kind of similar as well, so it's easy to get them mixed up. That is ass. Of course, we're full on potions because I rarely use them unless it's like a panic moment. Panic button kind of deal. Hey, what's up, Chikaka? It's good to see you, my friend. We're playing some Hexen. It's my first time playing it, and I'm liking it so far. It's gonna be a full playthrough. I really loved Heretic, and this is I think, a direct sequel to Heretic. There's a lot of boys. I'm gonna use that. Yeah, get it. Get him. Music to my ears. And now it has spawned another thing. Ridiculous. Ridiculous, and I would have it no other way. Let's put up the shield, and you wait. I guess I get melee as well. This is a very expansive area. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and grab the chalice. And then I'm going to save right in front of here. And then that is where we're going to end the evening. But I'll be back tomorrow. So fear not, if you desire more Hexen, heretical Hexens in your life, then I'll be able to supply that tomorrow evening. I'll be starting same time as tonight. I started at about 8 Central Standard Time tonight, and I'll be starting that time as well tomorrow. And of course, if there's any changes to the schedule, I'll post about it in the Discord server. Praetor of Might. Is that a usable thing? Or is it a fancy thing? Oh, it's a usable thing. Oh, okay. I thought it was like a key item, maybe. It's full of heal. Oh, it gives you a full heal. That explains it. That explains it. Because I think I did use that at one point in Heretic. Because I think it uses a lot of the same weapons and items. So what I will do is I will save right here. Kind of indicate the branching paths that lay before us. That's what we're going to do, my friend. Saved. Easy peasy. Quit game. Yes, sir. And there we go. So that was our introduction to Heretic, or I'm sorry, to Hexen, rather.